sometimes is ourselves.
All right, we got the stream officially going now.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, I'll let you guys do your thing.
Alrighty.
I'll hop out of here. I'll go on mute whenever the people actually get in here. Looks like we got Dog Man.
Yep. That is Stiggles right there on the L felt.
Yep.
So I guess we are gonna be good to go. Alrighty.
Frame perfect. Guilty Gear Strive number 13. Getting up there in number now.
Love to see it. 13 is a good number.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, can they hear me right now, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got to do a count-in next time, but ladies, gents, and non-binary people, welcome to Frame Perfect Weekly number 13 for Guilty Gear Strive. I am Zoma. I will be taking you through the action here tonight. I've been out of office for the last couple of weeks, but the people here have been filling me in on all of the amazing action going on. We've got some names popping up, and it's good to see the bracket grow. And there should be no shortage of talent here today. I took a peek, I took a gander, I took a little preview of the bracket that we've got, and we've got some killers today. So I hope y'all are ready for some real nice action here tonight. Chat, let me know how you are doing, how we're feeling about ABBA, how we're feeling about, Milia's new move. We might get to see a little bit of that because we do have a couple of Milia players, but I know first up, we have Oki versus Stiggles, and I believe Oki is going to be on the May. Stiggles is already here with the menacing red aura, letting you know that they're a net play monster, holding it down on the Elf Felt Valentine. So we are going to see what's going on there. I know ABBA has been hot in the discourse recently, well, because obviously she just came out. And I know that there's been a little bit of dooming, some downplaying, which is something that we are not really accustomed to. The last time that I believe that happened was Happy Chaos, and we know how that turned out. So that is just the lesson to y'all that we shouldn't necessarily have concrete opinions on characters until we get a little bit of time. So personally, I would love to see some ABBA rock in this bracket, but we'll see what we get as we're waiting on Oki to get in here. Adam Pink is also in here, but they are not going to play quite yet. They will play Goku Owns Your Main right after this on stream. So we are going to be doing a little bit of waiting, a little bit of spectating, and a little bit of speculating about the new character. And while I got y'all on here, I hope that you have been enjoying the Frame Perfect series for multiple games, really, but for Strive especially because that's my near and dear baby. And if you are entered in today and you're watching, waiting to see what you're going to roll in terms of your bracket luck, you probably also know that winner tonight will be receiving a giveaway in the form of a free Season 3 pass key. So a little bit on the line here for our competitors. Not that they didn't already have the incentive to go ahead and play their best games, but just a little something extra to reward your efforts. So thank you to the people at Frame Perfect for providing that to the winner of today's bracket. And I know, again, just looking at the bracket, it's not going to be easy getting your hands on that pass key. So definitely bring your A game.
Small correction. The giveaway is for the Twitter. So if you like, retweet, and
my bad.
No, you're
my
good.
bad. My bad.
If you go on the Frame Perfect Twitter, Frame Perfect FGC, there is a post pinned. You can like, retweet, and follow the account, and you'll be entered in the giveaway tonight. That will be announced after Grand Finals. And but we will have a separate I think we're only at $10 right now for the pot tonight for Grand Finals winner, but there'll be a $10 pot for that. But small correction on that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no problem. You gotta keep me on the straight. You gotta keep me right. You gotta keep me accurate, so I'm not misinforming chat, because the only time I really do that is when I want to get my characters buffed, and I'm pretty good at that because Escabari is +3 now. So thank you very much to the people at Frame Perfect for keeping me on the right path. But yes, definitely go ahead, hit up their socials, look at that pinned post, and enter into the giveaway for that season 3 passkey, because we gonna get Slayer. So if you're not able to have the rest of the cast, then Slayer when they drop. I mean, we don't know for sure it's Slayer, but we kind of know that it's Slayer. If you want to get in on that action, definitely go ahead. Like I said, the socials are showing on the screen right now at the top right at Frame Perfect FGC, wherever you get your social media stream, and engage with the post, do everything that it's outlined, all that jazz. So it looks like Oki has stepped into the building. We're going to get going here pretty soon. Rest of the bracket is also underway. So yeah, mentioned some pretty good names. We've got Danny, one of the online bracket Kais that's just been tearing it up. You've seen them in TNS. You've seen them everywhere. Just been very good. Swim is in here, fellow biking player. CPU, Faust Extraordinaire is also in here. We've also got some veterans of the Frame Perfect scene returning in Lethal Febreze. We've got Heretic Magic Man. We've got everything here. We've got everything. So it's going to be no shortage of great action. And we're going to start that action here with Elfelt versus May. Like I said, it is going to be Stiggles versus Oki. Going to be very interesting. Elfelt, one of the newer characters that came out right before ABBA. She was tearing it up as well. She can be a little bit of a bind when she gets going, and we are already trying to get going here with the Pine Berry on in there. JD too, a lot of overheads at play here, and now going to get the corner offense started. But Oki able to jump on out of there. 2K2D going to prop the burst from Stiggles, and a nice 6P. Going to get a burst in response from Oki, but Stiggles is just absolutely relentless trying to set the pace by their own means, and going to use a YRC into back throw to do it. Says you are going to have to play defense a little bit longer, but Oki says, I'm not inclined to. I've got a friend in me. The Dolphin going to get me on out of there. And now we're just swinging a bunch of big normals around here. A big jump normal going to find its mark with Oki. And another YRC. Yeah, we are not trying to hold any pressure from either of these characters because they can make you pay for it. On the part of Elfelt, the unreactable Rekka series gonna take the first round here in game 1. Stiggles already looking so clean with it. Oh, gonna challenge with a 6P. 5P in return, gonna run up, get the nice hit on the close slash. Real basic Rekka series. Overhead, gonna get the RC as well, but just gets burst right in time before the wall breaks. A little bit of neutral, but again, jumping on in there with this big old anchor. May doing a really good job controlling the skies, which is what she wants to do. That's her MO. But a 2K2D from Stiggles is going to enable him to get out of the corner there. No problem. Still a good amount of health, but one more interaction from May. If we know anything about this character, is going to do it. But Stiggles not going to let him do it. 6P going to carry them into the corner and then just allow them to take the break out of the shop and also get a win in their column for game 1. So Stiggles with the Elfelt pick already looking good. Interestingly, didn't have to do too much in terms of the Rekka offense. Just, played some really solid neutral. Stopping the air approach was really the key there to securing that first game. So we'll see if Oki's going to have a different strategy here. Already going to stick to the tried and true beach ball. Oki burst already off the table for Oki. And Stiggles just going on in there, getting started. Sliding on in there. Now the unblockable setup. The overhead from the Rekka series. And folks, when I say unblockable, I don't mean it's truly unblockable. It means that it's unreactable. I meant unreactable, but let's be honest. If we're being honest, but we're fighting game players, we're not always honest. I am one of them. So yeah, it's kind of unblockable at times. 2K2D gonna allow Stiggles to get out of the corner once again, getting some great mileage playing active defense using buttons and then overhead, blocking it this time though. Killer whale, but that's gonna get blocked. Stiggles gonna punish it. No RC to do anything with it though. But we're just gonna get on in there. The unrelenting defense. Oki not necessarily able to challenge and get on out of there. And the overhead gonna find its way in 6H into some more Rekka madness. The low gonna find its mark this time. So a little bit of a change up on the mound for Stiggles here. Gonna enable them to take game 2. Strong start here from Stiggles. Now jumping back out of here, but just gonna run right onto the big old anchor. Look, when no one else got me, I know the anchor got me, but the burst ain't gonna help me in this point. The Pine Berry is gonna be the capitalization on the red burst. Some big damage for Stiggles too, so a really good start here from them in game 3. 2K2D into Pine Berry. Cross up with the JD. Oh man, yeah, that Pine Berry is just getting so much mileage in this set. 2K2D with the empty jump off of the Pine Berry, and we are going to get a little bit of a listen to the demo tape. Might not have been too good for your eardrums, but it definitely wasn't good for your life bar either. Stiggles already up in game 3. Jumping back with the aerial there. 2S. But able to just get on out of there. Stiggles just been so good at enabling or getting out of the corner against the Maze corner pressure. I think that's also Oki just giving Elfeld a little bit too much respect for a character that doesn't necessarily have great defense of their own. And Stiggles just saying, if you're going to give me the room to operate, I am going to operate Mr. House. And now we're going to run up. Not going to do anything. I think that might have just been a missed super input. So allowing Oki to get a second chance at life 2S into Wild Assault overhead with the PRC. The YRC on out of there. Stiggles just doing a great job of not staying on defense any longer than they have to. The cross up in the 2K2D, Oki able to block that very impressively, but unfortunately, Stiggles going to be able to set up shop with the gun, get the blaster going while the beach ball was out of there. So that is going to be a strong 3-0 to start off the bracket. Stiggles moving on, and we will see them in winners round 2, sending Oki on down to loser as well. So yeah, the Elfeld Valentine putting on a show here to start things off. Very high octane character and not letting Oki and May do pretty much anything on the offensive end. Again, that 2K2D finding its mark to get out of the corner and not necessarily having to be put in those high pressure situations where May can just make you pay for it if you guess wrong. Spending YRC when they can, and then again, the nice challenges on their part to get on out of there. Oki kind of struggled a little bit to get their approach going, try to get their game going, but you know, maybe they'll be able to genuflect on what happened in that set and make a heck of a loser's run. Because look, when May tattoos you with that anchor, the world is her oyster. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. But coming up next, we are going to have Adam Pink versus Goku Owns Your Main. So we will wait on the ladder to get in here before we go on in there. So, did you know I'm about to be on stream, Mrs. Bunger? Yeah, Totu Bunger in chat. Adam Pink already appealing the chat, basically saying, hey, I'm getting ready to put on a show with what looks to be the Giovanna character that I am very fond of. Was my launch character as well before Biking came out. I mean, like, look, when Biking came out, I knew exactly who I was going to play. But I do love seeing Giovanna. For those of you who are in the Atlanta area or watched Max Mode, the stream on Data FGC, you saw Crescendo piloting the Geo to a very great run and a win there for the inaugural Max Mode bracket. So we got a little bit of a preview, if you saw that, of just how terrifying Giovanna can be with the strike throw offense, and then can absolutely steamroll the opponent when they just, you know, back up a little bit, sees the throw whiff, and then boom, a Puma right to the chin, that 5HS, and then the Chave command dash, enabling just so much damage. Just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, I think she looks pretty cool doing it. Ray, of course, the goodest girl in the Spirit Wolf, so no complaints on that end. So we will see what Adam Pink has in store with a girl and her best friend in Giovanna and Ray. And on the other side, we are going to have Goku Owns Your Main. And I don't know if that's more of a, you know, could Goku beat Superman? Actually, chat, do you think Goku could beat Superman? I think yes, but he has to stop playing around. If Goku gives Superman time to operate and, like, Superman's just like, yeah, okay. Like, I think that's just a bad recipe for Goku, but I think Goku could beat Superman. Oh, I think pulling it up, it looks like Goku Owns Your Main also runs the Geo, so we might be in for a Geo Ditto, so that would be very interesting. All right, I'm seeing Crispy Tree in chat saying Goku could beat everyone. I don't know. I don't care. He has a beat Goku button. And then we've also got some Superman wins. So yeah, he can infinitely absorb the sun. But like Goku has the spirit bomb. So like, what are we doing? But okay, but he has to have time to set it up. You know, just some food for thought while we're getting while we're getting in there. I know Furashu says, say my name, caster person. Just did. And hopefully I said that correctly. And if I didn't, I apologize. Would Goku win against 10 billion lions? No. 10 billion lions is a lot of lions. That is a lot of lions. And it's not like the Pokemon debate where you're just like every Pokemon versus 10 billion lions. Because like Pokemon is literally God. So yeah, 10 billion is a lot, and I don't think Goku has the time. But I hope you have time to watch this Geo Ditto that I said was going to happen. It is going to happen. So we're going to see Adam Pink on the slightly olive green Giovanna versus the 25th anniversary Geo in Arf Arf Bark, aka Goku owns your main. So let's get on in there. Goku owns your main, already off to a really strong start, sending Adam Pink through the wall. Gonna get the 623 Chave. The meter usage just to keep up the offense, but that command dash is gonna stop them. But actually, no, not gonna deter them from taking the round with a perfect. Goku owns your main, already going crazy to get it started. Adam Pink not even a chance to breathe there. Oh, 6P right to the face. I think that just shows already that, you know, Goku owns your main. The Arf Arf Bark already knows what Geo wants to do. Just says, I know all the options that you want to take in neutral, and I've got a button, unfortunately, that will stop you from doing so. So a little bit of a Stracto situation gonna get on out of there, but 2K2D can enable Adam Pink to get out of there. But that 6P again gonna stop the Travail from finding its mark. Command dash on in there. The guard crush, 2S off of that, and already Goku, actually, my bad. Arf Arf Bark is gonna find their way to a game 1 victory. So we're going actually back out to the lobbies. So Adam Pink may be finding a new character, not necessarily wanting to play the Ditto. So yeah. Yeah, already just a great showing from Arf Arf Bark there. Showing that they got the dog in them. Well, no, we're going right back into it. Arf Arf Bark and Adam Pink are going to just keep going with that Geo Ditto. Maybe using that time to go out in the lobby to recollect themselves, because again, in the middle of that match, had no time to think at all, just unrelenting with the pressure on the part of Arf Arf Bark. So now we're gonna get the tried and true Wild Assault on in there, putting him right back into the corner. Nice match out with the 5P. 2D finding their mark while Arf Arf Bark was trying to run up. Not able to 6P that Travail. Adam Pink already getting their offense started a lot more in this game, but right when I say that, 5HS to the face, prompting the burst, and Arf Arf Bark all the wiser, ready to read it. Oh, nice cross up with the Sepultura. Guard crush on in there. This time opting for a throw. Gonna block the cross up Sepultura this time though, but a 6P right to the face. Again, Geo has a lot of very strong options in neutral, but when you're sitting pretty with that 6P and you're ready to engage with it in such a fashion where it just gets the counter hit off of that, it'd be very hard for Geo to get started. But Arf Arf Bark not finding any problem getting started again here in this second round. Post throw, close slash RTG. Yeah, very scary situation when you don't have an invincible reversal. You've got to hold all of it, and you got to hold a JD right to the face. RC on out of there. Yeah, gonna enable the burst, but again, Arf Arf Bark able to read it and post another perfect on the board. A strong 2-0 start. Just showing such command of the character, saying that this is my house, you're just a guest. Don't put your feet on my couch. This is imported wood. And I got the 6P right there to prove it. 5HS gonna find the counter hit though. Nice little bit of a frame trap, a pseudo frame trap. Not necessarily the most real thing in the world, but gonna get them to pop the burst all the same. But Arf Arf Bark already getting it going. Guard crush already. 2S gonna go on in there, spending the meter, keeping up the offense. Just not, again, not letting Adam Pink the chance to breathe with a 214K off of the Chave, not gonna connect. Just slowly walk on up there to get the throw though. When the combo gets a little bit tough, just walk up on there and throw them. And I think Arf Arf Bark just says, let's just keep it simple, stupid, and just get the win on the board there. Oh, 214K gonna whiff as they fall down there. Yeah, a little bit of dropped combos here, a little bit of spaghetti-o, but the 2D gonna find its mark, gonna get the counter hit, jump on in there with the JH off the IAD. Guard crush there. 2S gonna find his mark. RC might have been a bit of a burst bait. Still able to bait the burst and block it. And also keep corner, interestingly enough, even though they kind of swap sides there. But Adam Pink gonna get the 2D there to get on out of there, get a little bit of offense going. Now the guard crush is on them. CS, but gonna tech the tick throw attempt off the close slash. And oh, I think that might have been a missed input on the super because that otherwise would have been a kill. Gonna use the BRC forward drift and throw them on out of that 5HS. Adam Pink now on the board for their first round of the set. Getting some stuff going there, backing out of the range of the Troval, but not able to do anything with it. 2S gonna find its mark. We're gonna get a nice little Chave combo. Red Wild Assault, send them on through the window. Oh, empty jump there with the whiff JK. I like it. And then throw them on out of there while they were expecting something. Oh, PRC. Oh, again, another PRC to bait the burst. Had the meter in droves from the positive bonus, but neither one of those burst baits get a lead into a win there. Adam Pink, again, a new lease on life, but not gonna, that lease gonna run up though. Them terms are short in this economy. That 6P is gonna make you default on that lease and is gonna make Goku Owns Your Main, aka Arf Arf Bark, advance into winners round 2. So the Geo Ditto very much going in their favor with a nice 3-0. You love to see it. So we will actually see some more of Arf Arf Bark because they will be playing Zay here on stream here in a bit as part of winners round 2. We'll see if Adam Pink can take a little bit of a page out of that book and make a nice appearance in the losers run. So going throughout the rest of winners round 1, Lethal Febreze took it over Indigo 3-0, Ronin Shin 3-1 over to Set. It's the artist with the Bridget actually winning the Bridget Ditto 3-0, and then Barbed Wire beating Butter Cupcake 3-0. So winners round 1 has already shaken itself out, so we will be moving on to winners round 2 very shortly. It looks like lined up first we will have, like I said, Goku Owns Your Main, Arf Arf Bark, the Geo against Zay. So we will see that. And then after that will be Heretic Magic Man versus Lethal Febreze. Two people who are very familiar with the frame perfect scene here. And we'll see what they put on. But we're going to wait for Zay to get on in here. So yeah, definitely got to love it. Yeah, Arf Arf Bark saying, I don't have to say it every time. But what if I want to say it every time? Is there a difference there? Is there a difference there? Alrighty. But yeah, very strong performance with the Geo. Just very good using that Chave to get the guard crush going and then just threaten that strike throw offense. Didn't really do too many shimmies, but just kept it real simple. You know, getting the 2S, getting the throw, just doing the lows and the throws because that's sometimes all you need to know. Very good there from them. So we'll see if that's going to keep it. Let's see if we're going to keep it very simple. Or we got another bag to reach into as they squirt off against Zay. Oh, I'm looking at chat right now, catching up after covering that. And yeah, they were a big fan of their of Goku Owns Your Main's performance in that Geo Ditto. And why wouldn't you? It was a very strong showing from the Giovanna. Basically just knowing, you know, they're like, hey, I play this character. I know what you want. All right, so Zay is actually going to get on in here with the Eno and the blue aura, the Ultra Instinct, if you will. So we will see a bit of Eno versus Geo action here in winners round 2 to kick things off. Now, this is pretty interesting. We saw how ready that Goku Owns Your Main was with the 6-week, and a round starts Sepultura on in there, though. So very interesting there. The Red Wild Assault, but not going to be able to pick up the combo off of it. Guard Crush. Zay saying, hey, I know you got that. I want to get a little bit of that, too. Can a deflect shield try to get Eno away, but it's easier said than done. Eno's such a sticky character. The empty jump throw. The overhead going right on into the low. PRC into the throw. Already showing a deep bag here, getting the throw off of the note, and then just a wall break here. Man, yeah, nothing really crazy in terms of the combo, but again, Eno just such a sticky character. And I mentioned in the earlier set, when you don't have a meterless reversal, sometimes you got to hold all of that offense. So Goku is going to have to figure something out there. Already trying to get some plus frames, but Zay jumping on out of there, not holding that at all. Already getting a nice corner-to-corner combo. The privileges that this character was afforded with the buffs going into Season 3, that Red Wild Assault extender combo, sending them on through the wall, blocking the Sepultura on the other end. Gonna catch them out of the Trovao with stroking the big tree. Oh yeah, nice match on the 5P, but gonna get a trade. Zay going crazy though, sticking to her like white on rice. But nothing white bread about this combo here. Bit of corner to corner of my own, but not able to send them through the wall. Then Zay is gonna make them pay for it with a red RC combo off the mash, and that's gonna be the first game going to them. The Eno already imposing their will, letting them sing their own tune, and that tune is a victory song here. Very nice, strong to the start. Biscuits in the chat saying Zay is goated. Oh, we've got a little bit of a connection mishap, it seems. The room may have bugged, unfortunately. So keep it locked here. We may be fixing out some connection issues, but it'll give the Geo a little bit of time to cook. Actually, hold on. We're still here. Huh. Anyway, weird. Zay saying lock in with the lobby avatar, so we're going to lock right on back in there. Nothing changing, no character swaps, no nothing, going right back on there with the Eno versus Geo. Boo Boo Keys, aka Zay, already showing that they have the keys to succeed with the really nice offense. I mean, Eno, again, just an overwhelming onslaught of mix-up once she gets started. And she can get started off the simplest of touches, as you see there, the soft knockdown enabling that 50-50. Not able to block the overhead. Get on in there, try to walk up with the 2K, but bursting on out of there before anything could go haywire. Oh, a little bit of a tricky throw bait there. But not going to get a lot of damage off of it. Zay going to go ahead with the overheads aplenty, the overheads galore, and just going to get the guard crush on in there to send him through the wall. Not going to spend Wild Assault to do it, but going to get the trade with the stroke to big tree. Unfortunately, that is going to send you into a stagger state, and Zay is able to pick it up and take round 1 in game 2. All right, here we go. Arf. We're trying to get some guard crush going of their own, but gonna pop the gold burst. But unfortunately, Goku is gonna be in there showing the Zenkai boost, learning from that first game 1 loss. PRC on out of there to avoid the 6P, but finding themselves back in the corner, 6Ping the attempted guard crush. Oh yes, there we go, but not able to pick up the combo that might have otherwise sealed the round. So Zay gonna get a second chance here at taking the round, and they're gonna do just that to get a nice corner combo. Red Wild Assault this time saying they want the hard knockdown. They need this game over with. And sitting on some nice positive bonus. Gonna spend meter from that positive bonus, maybe trying to bait the RC. Oh, not able to bait the burst. Excuse me. I meant to say burst the first time. Nice 2D placed there on the part of Goku. Oh, nice. Just the empty jump throw. Setting out the note, setting up the 50-50. Wall bounce there. Red Wild Assault sending them through. Hard knockdown. What's the mix? Just the overhead counter hit. Might have been trying to hit 6P there, but that is that's gonna get you counter hit, and that's gonna get you sent through the wall with a perfect. Zay again looking very strong here early in the set. So we'll see if there is a bit of adaptation that Goku can do. But already just going to get on in there with the guard crush off of the Chave Trovao. Walk on up there, a couple of throws. Nothing crazy, but a burst on out there. Not going to get blocked. Jose able to get on out of there and put... Oh, okay, gold burst. Okay, just a little bit of a freaky situation there. Might have been trying to get a blue burst. Might have thought they were getting hit, but going to find themselves back into the corner. Corner combo on the part of Zay. Chemical Love. Run up on there with the super. Send him through the wall. Hard knockdown. Let's see what we do again. Going with the overhead again, but deflect shield going to send them away. Oh, actually going to use the super. Going to PRC out of there. A little bit questionable use of the meter, because you would have been plus if it didn't find its mark. And also, I don't think you can 6P that super, but what do I know? I'm not the person piloting the Geo, and I'm not the one that has the win on the board here in round 1. Just going to recollect themselves after spending all that meter. A little bit of a scrambling situation, jumping back on out of there. And now the 2 S games are going. Command dash. Yeah, the throws just finding their mark after getting that guard crush going. First hit of 2S. Nice little bit of meter spendage here to keep the offense going. That has been the MO here for Goku. But the MO for Ino is just to get in there and just get that guard crush going, get a knockdown, and enable the mix-up that you're going to see on in here. Just going to do a hop, skip, and a jump and send them through the wild assault. Going to get hard knockdown. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, going to get caught. Again, like I said, Ino, very sticky character. And once they get going, it is hard to get them off of you without a DP. Going to walk up on in there with the chop. The slow slash. That is some real nice damage. Ino, your health bar was here a second ago. What happened? Oh, but Ino still just going to... Zay just going to back walk away from the throw pressure. Oh, nice expenditure of the 5P off of the PRC. But we're going to get a nice bit of corner carry from the combo. RC to keep it going. Oh, but stopping the corner combo from getting any scarier. Going to pop the burst, and Zay going to pop one right in return. Going to use the Travail, the projectile invul of it to burst on in there. And then the 5P, the good old 4-framer to mash on Zay, preventing them from doing anything cheeky. And now Goku on the board. Chat saying you can 6P Geo Super Ass Testament. Really? That's crazy. Testament 6P is very good, though. I actually didn't know that. All I know is Mike and 6P loses to that hard, but I also just might not be good. But what is good here is going to be a couple of counter hits, prompting a burst here on the part of Goku. So now the red wild assault going on there. Guard crush, something that Geo's familiar with, but unfortunately is going to receive a taste of their own medicine. Going to catch them whiffing 6P and then throwing out another button. Ino already getting going in the command grab off of the empty jump. What a tricky setup there from Zay. And that's going to do so much damage. My gosh, yeah, once you think you have the download on the offense, blocking all the 50-50s, Ino basically saying, why were you blocking? You can get command grab too if I have the meter. But you can also hold this corner pressure that Goku's already putting on, but Zay able to get on out of there and put them into the corner. Red Wild Assault, again, sending them through for another hard knockdown situation. So what is going to be the guess here? The deflect shield going to prevent the guess, but going to get caught on the recovery for a counter hit. Oh, nice. Going to use the super to get on out of there, but the YRC is going to help them get out of harm's way. Whiff on the throw, but I think Goku was a little bit too far away. And Zay not too far away from winners round 3, gonna find themselves right on in there again, just riding the ship after that game 3 loss, just sticking to the plan, sticking to Geo, and sticking to what works best, that overwhelming Ino offense. Again, once they got anything going off the soft knockdown, really anything, really, just getting a single touch, enabling that vortex that is just so deadly to deal with. So yeah, Zay gonna move on there, but Goku, don't go too far. I foresee a good losers bracket performance for you because there was a little bit of cooking in there, and you showed in the chat that you have the dog in you, and it looks like just from looking at chat that they will be rooting for you to make it back on stream and make it back through the losers bracket. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of arf bark action later in the bracket, but we will see Ino and Zay a little bit further into the bracket. But before that, we have Heretic Magic Man versus Lethal Febreze here. Lethal Febreze coming off of an appearance at max mode, piloting the Milia, who has just been the recipient of a new move in Artemis. So we will see how much mileage they get out of it. Do they know anything crazy with it? Are they gonna just pull some Milia madness as we're all accustomed to seeing, you know, or if we're gonna see Heretic Magic Man come through with some goodness on their own. And I'm actually unfamiliar with who Heretic plays. It's from looking at the PG stats, we're looking at the Ino, we're looking at a couple Bikins, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, Crispy Tree noting in chat, we've got so many good players tonight. We've already been privileged to seeing some really good stuff going on here. Yeah, we've got, as we get deeper into bracket too, we're just gonna see so many good matches between such good players. And it's not even going to stop here. We're already in there with Lethal Febreze versus Heretic Magic Man. Lethal Febreze already making their way into the lobby, beating up our avatars. Can you save that for the match, good sir? Thank you. Yes, please get on the platform. All right, so yeah. Poised with Amelia on the left side. Magic Man already shown on in here, showing the Eno off in the avatar, but we'll see if they keep it rolling or they switch to Biken for a little bit more of a favorable matchup. Oh, but we're gonna see the ABBA instead. Okay, so I noted before as we started the broadcast that ABBA was someone that I was looking forward to seeing, as they are the newest character in Guilty Gear Strive, and we'll see if Heretic Magic Man has already found some good action on the day for ABBA, or if Lethal Febreze is just not going to allow them to play the game. Again, once ABBA gets started with the Jealous Rage state, she becomes a terror, but the hard part is getting started, and Milia's not even going to let them get a chance, already suffocating on in there, sending them through with the blue wild assault, excuse me, and getting the hard knockdown, positive bonus on the way as well. 2K2D. Gonna go into Jealous Rage there. Milia gonna mash with the 2P though. The 4-framer just gonna get them on out of there. Catching ABBA backdashing. Heretic Magic Man getting stuff going. Opting to switch out of Jealous Rage to save a little bit of bar so they're not locked out of it later in the round. And already gonna go right back on in there. But the Compel is just gonna be so tricky to deal with. The aerial mobility of Milia is just gonna enable Febreze to really impose their will in neutral and get on in there with a first round victory. It's already trying to get that 5HS game going. Try to get a key grab on in there. 2K2D. We're going to burst on out of there before they can get the key grab going. You got to wonder, with these 2K2Ds, we haven't seen Heretic Magic Man go into anything that would lead into the hit grab to get the Jealous Rage state. So we'll see if there's going to be a little bit of a reason for that. But the reason for the season being Season 3 Amelia just running wild here, sending them through the wall. H-Disc set up, but Heretic Magic Man going to get burst just in time. And then go into Jealous Rage off of the red RC. Not going to do anything crazy, but that overhead still going to be crazy. 18 frames, unreactable. But Febreze is going to spend the YRC to get on out of there, carrying them coast to coast. The hairstylist with the most. Now you're out of Jealous Rage. You are locked into a really bad position. ABBA not privy to a lot of great defensive options, not privy to a lot of defensive things that can help them get out of the way. And Febreze already just saying, hey, look, I know you got to hold that. I know you got to, and I'm going to use that opportunity to take game 1 here in the set. / finding its mark on in there, the 9-frame button that reaches and teaches. And now just using the Compel, again, the very tricky corner setup that Febreze is laying on there. No FD on the part of Magic Man, so they were just going to be stuck in that corner if they didn't do anything about it. And you're going to get stuck holding a lot of this damage here. Febreze already off to a great start here. A perfect posted on the board in round 1 of game 2. So we'll see if Heretic Magic Man has something that they can do here to right the ship, or if they're just going to enable Febreze to just keep the ball rolling here. But you're going to get on rolling here with the Jealous Rage. Going to send them through the wall, not opting to spend any resources for the hard knockdown. But when you're as fast as ABBA is in Jealous Rage, you don't really need much to get going and get in their face. As you see right here, a perfect in response on the part of Heretic Magic Man. The ABBA already showing what makes her scary when she is not feeling she's feeling some type of way about you. First, gonna get on out of there. H-Disc in the face. Gonna go for the empty jump low off of the setup. Such a hard block. Don't blame anybody in chat or in this stream for not being able to block that, because I certainly cannot. And now gonna spin the burst to get on out of there. But Febreze just running up there with the /. Gonna get the counter hit, trying to get something with the Artemis combo, but not gonna find its mark. Oh, I think that might have been a miss on the super, because that would have clinched the game. We've seen a lot of flub super inputs here early, and we've seen a lot of counter hits, but now we're going to get it into the hit grab. But the Danzai, let's see what's going to be the interaction here. Nice awareness from Milia, and Lethal Febreze saw the startup of Danzai on the super and going to spend the rest of the meter to PRC and then throw them out of the Danzai startup. Good heads up awareness, and already showing some early character knowledge of the tools that ABBA has, even as early as it's been. It's only been day 4 and already seeing some counterplay to some of the options that ABBA has. All right, we're going to spend burst to keep ABBA in the corner. Run up with the throw. Gonna throw out that H-stick setup again, going for that empty jump low, and then gonna use the wheel. But funny enough, might have been too high for it to send through the wall. So a bit of an unfortunate situation. Gonna now allow Heretic Magic Man to get something going here, and a back throw incident may be on deck. Jealous Rage, Donzai, Guard Crush, having to hold it. Gonna beat Artemis, blocking the overhead, but again, so much bar in the Jealous Rage department. And the swing on the aerial, again, just the overwhelming offense from ABBA. Once she gets started, she is a nightmare to deal with. And that's going to be what allows Heretic Magic Man to take round 1. And we're going to go right back into the Jealous Rage off of the 2K2D knockdown. Going to swing that big old key with the Donzai and then just keep it going, running like a woman possessed. And now Milia just says, I want no part of that. I want my life bar here. I want to get this blue burst. Get on out of there. Gonna block the cross up 2K2D. Oh, but gonna fall right into the H disc, but that's not gonna stop them from just throwing them all out of there. And Heretic Magic Man on the board with the ABBA. So there we go. A little bit of a comeback on the board potentially from Heretic Magic Man. Oh, I like using the low crush option there to go over the 2K of Milia. So we're seeing Magic Man in real time just finding the options that are going to work in this matchup against Febreze. So now Febreze is going to sit back and just play a little bit of the air game, blocking the empty jump low this time, but going to get caught mashing with the close slash. Run up on in there, run in there, and going to send him through the wall with a soft knockdown. Meeting him in the air, the nice air to air, but unfortunately going to get thrown out of their approach. Oh, but a little bit of the taste of your own medicine there. Oh, tried to spend the meter or spent meter on the reversal super, not going though. That Jealous Rage is gonna take on out of there. So now Milia's gonna be able to get started without the threat of Jealous Rage. And the 2K2D into super is going to help Febreze get on the board here, trying to secure set point. Oh, yep, 6B gonna find its mark, and it's gonna enable a key grab combo. So Jealous Rage with a healthy bit of resources here to start the round. But a burst gonna spend it. And a Donzai out of there. Oh man, yeah, you were mashing on Wake Up, sir. And the game wanted everyone to know it. But unfortunately gonna run out of Jealous Rage right when the combo was gonna get good. Doesn't really matter though. Normal state ABBA, still good enough to take out that last bit of pixel health from Lethal Febreze. So Heretic Magic Man not going out quietly. Gonna whip the key grab here. Febreze taking to the skies. Just not gonna play that grounded game at all against ABBA, which is gonna be so tricky when you don't have Jealous Rage to enable any further mobility. And we're seeing that already. The knockdown here, gonna send him through the wall. Tap dust there. I think Febreze was going for an option that he showed to me called the perfect round Familia, but a little bit of a misinput there. Gonna swing around in the air and then find themselves right into the grasp of Donzai. The overhead gonna find its mark. Key grab too, so you're gonna get sent through the wall, and ABBA's gonna be in her win condition, so it's gonna be really tough. But Febreze does have 100 meter to use defensively, not gonna get the chance to use it, but gonna be able to use the burst after getting hit by the Donzai. It's still gonna be very scary though. Gonna see a YRC. Oh no, but Jealous Rage is gonna run out on Heretic Magic Man, and the air to air from Febreze. The super gonna carry them, but not gonna be able to finish the combo. BRCJH gonna get blocked. PRC to try to keep that combo going, but ABBA gonna mash on out. Heretic Magic Man evening up the set to a piece. My gosh, man. The Heretic Magic Man going nuts already, but Far Slash gonna find its mark. The counter hit already. Magic Man not gonna spend the burst. Close Slash gonna get counter hit. Artemis combo, but again, it's still early, and we're seeing a little bit of the kinks being worked out with that combo as it's gonna drop there. Febreze still gonna be able to have good position there, force them into the corner, but the danger of that being when you're not good with your offense, you're gonna get back thrown, and you're gonna be forced to prop burst. Alrighty, but gonna send them through the wall with the super, blocking the instant overhead. Oh, Close Slash is out as Jealous Rage goes away. Gonna spend YRC to get on out of there, but the 4-frame 2P is gonna get them on the board here. Again, set point on the point of Febreze, but Magic Man has not let that stop them from getting going. 2K2D gonna enable them to go into Jealous Rage off of the knockdown. Donzai, a bit of guard crush. Febreze trying to get on out of there, but it is so hard to deal with the onslaught that is ABBA in Jealous Rage. Hell has no fury like a woman scorn. The 2K2D showing them a little bit of hell as well, but that overhead from ABBA, not going to do anything with it. Didn't have any meter there to do anything with it. YRC going to be the meter expenditure of choice for Lethal Febreze. Going to be able to get something going here. Crossing up into a throw, setting up the H-disc, and just going to get hit by it, but has burst to get on out of there before it got any worse. Trying to low crush on out of there. Febreze is going to take to the skies, and then Miraz on in there, puts you in that throw setup once again. Going to come up on 50 meter, and is that going to be enough? It is. Febreze going to respond after dropping game 3 and game 4. Going to say, hey, I took games 1 and 2 for a reason, because I'm like that. And that's why I took game 5, and that's why I'm moving further on into the bracket 3-2. So good stuff there from Lethal Febreze. But Heretic Magic Man working that ABBA and making Febreze sweat for it a little bit. So I was very impressed by the day 4 ABBA action there. Alrighty, so some bracket catch-up action. Danny 1-3-0 over Stiggles. Chancla, what is that? Chancla Atomica? That's a great name. 3-2 over ABLTLDME. Zay 1-3-1. Oh, actually, we already talked about that one. My fault. Mike Saftig over Ronin Shin 3-0. Swim 3-2 over Uzumaki. CPU 3-0 over Itzy Artist, and All Christie 3-0 over Barbed Wire. So now we are in winners quarter final territory. We're gonna see Danny versus Chancla Atomica, and then we're going to see CPU versus All Christie. So we've got some really great winners quarters lined up for y'all on stream here in a second. Chat, let me know how you have been feeling about Guilty Gear Frame Perfect Online Weekly number 13. We've seen a lot of really great matches, and I know it's been really nice to see y'all watch, because I know I've been having fun commentating. So yeah, we've got Danny coming on in here, the Kai extraordinaire. We're going to be privileged to see some of it. But on the other side, we are going to see Chancla Atomica again. Great name. Love it. Love it. And we're going to see a bit of, we're going to keep it in the family here. We got some Kai versus Sin action going on here. This is going to be really nice. This is going to be really nice. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. This is a matchup that I think can go one of two ways, because I think Kai is definitely more of a threat anywhere on screen, but Sin, when he's operating on that range that he wants to be, can be absolutely terrifying. So we might see a little bit, or maybe not, both of them just waltzing on out of the room here. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but we'll figure that all out in a second. Let me go read chat while we're figuring this out. Zay is saying, LOLW commentator. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the strong Eno that you are showing us, and it was just really cool to be able to watch your match there against the Giovanna. So Eno. Crispy Tree popping off for Danny. Yes, I'm very excited. We are all very excited to see Danny. Got a little bit of a snafu from the room here, so we'll figure that all out. Crispy Tree saying you're a goated commentator. Thank you very much, Crispy Tree. Thank you for having me on here, and thank you for making it so I am privy to seeing the action in this capacity. Look, even if I was in chat, I would be loving this. So the fact that I even have the opportunity to talk y'all through everything going on here with such high-level Guilty Gear action, pleasure's all mine. So y'all are goated for letting me do this. Welcome. Okay, sounds good. It sounds like... Got it. So yeah, it sounds like we are going to have Danny hosting here. So we're going to get on in there. Bit of a connection issue, but nothing that we as Guilty Gear players with our, our ingenuity, our adaptability, it's nothing that we can't handle. So we're going to head on over there. All Christie saying, I'm happy to have the chance to fight against great players. Thank you for hosting the tournament. We're very happy to have players like you. Are you working the Asuka again? Because I think, yeah, you're still in winners, I believe. So hopefully, yeah, we're gonna get to see you play CPU later. So I'm gonna be very happy to have the chance to watch you fight as well. So it'll be very, very good. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be getting going here in a second.
Are they good to go?
They should be good to go. I'm joining the room right
Oh, okay, yeah,
now.
okay, got it.
So I think they may be. Yep. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once right now. So I apologize to the players for holding things up. Alrighty, so I am now in the room, so we are good to go if the players are ready. Hurt Mike saying, hey, yo, Asuka, can't wait for that match then. Yeah, we saw All Christie, or I saw All Christie in a previous Frame Perfect bracket on the Asuka, and it was very fun to watch. But what's going to be extremely fun to watch is going to be El Maza, the Kai of Legend, versus the Sin being piloted by Chanclo Atomica. The blue glowing strong here versus the 25th anniversary edition outfit, already using that burst to get Kai away, but maybe that could be a little bit of what Danny wants as he's trying to set up a bit of that projectile game. All right, FD Young on out of there, gonna slide on through there with the L cut, and now the Sin is gonna get going. Yeah, we're seeing them trying to feel out each other's optimal space here, but Danny gonna find a well-placed Stun Dipper RC. What else can you expect from Kai other than the Stun Dipper RC and then the red Wild Assault to send them through? Hard knockdown, run up with the button. Now Future Arc gonna be pushed out a little bit and gonna enable the Sin to mash on out of there. So now some pretty good damage, some good corner carry, and a good catch on the throw with Sin getting started here, sending him on through there with a soft knockdown on the wall break. Oh, gonna proc ride the lightning, but I do believe that they have some meter to back it up and gonna bait the DP running onto the other side, but I'll ride the lightning right in your face too, Pops. I learned it from you. I learned it from you, he says, but you didn't learn how to DP like this. Gonna get on in there with the round one with the nice reversal. Danny staying composed when things were going left. That's just what you do when you gotta win a tournament. And what you got to do also is send them on there with a hard knockdown red Wild Assault. A little bit of a deja vu here, but anything familiar is just running on in there with the red Wild Assault and also baiting the burst. Can we get the HDP to kill? Yes, we do. The HDP going to help Danny secure the perfect there. 1-0. Nice bit of Kai play there to start the round. Yeah, that first round was nip and tuck there, but then Kai just absolutely imposing their will here, showing them that, you know, you gotta grow a little bit before you can beat your old man. How old is Sin? You're only 4, yeah? You might know your multiplication tables, but you don't know enough math to calculate my demise, sir. So I don't know what Soul's been teaching you, but it wasn't enough. Maybe we'll see if there's another bag for Chancla Atomico and the Sin to reach into here in game 2. Gonna spend that burst on Deflect Shield once again, but Future Arc gonna go right on over there. So now Danny has Chancla Atomico in the corner. Unfortunately, gonna get their 6P punished by the Future Arc. Can be very tricky to 6P that move, especially if it's already on out of there. And you're gonna be out of there with the run up throw. Another perfect on the board for Danny El Maza. 2K2D. Gonna catch them trying to back on out of there. Nice 6P, gonna find its mark. So now we're gonna see the Sin getting going, sitting at that optimal range there to get the red Wild Assault game started. Not gonna opt to spend stamina to keep the corner pressure going, so Danny getting a chance to breathe out of there. DP gonna get snuffed out. Nice air-to-air action. Red Wild Assault for the pickup. And then red Wild Assault to send him through the wall. Hard knockdown onto the table. Gonna run up with the 5K once again. Fuji are gonna get on over there. The double overhead. Red RC drift forward. Trying to bait the burst. But nothing doing. No one home. But except for this jumping aerial, I'm gonna swatch you right on out of there. Trying to... El Cunt, what are you trying to do to me, son? What are you trying to do to me? 2-0. Danny. Looking very strong here in winners quarterfinals. So yeah, already like we knew what we were getting into when Danny signed up for the bracket. We knew that the Kai was going to be in top form. Like if you guys are unfamiliar with Danny's work, El Maza's work, you might not have seen them just tear through TNS brackets, tear through all the online brackets, and just show people that Kai is a force to be reckoned with. And also just being a good player in their own right, actually being able to tech that tick throw situation, running into another well-placed button from Sin. Yeah, it looks like Chocolate Atomico is trying to play that whiff punish game. Going with that 50-50, though, going to find the overhead, going to be able to get something started, but the combo is going to drop. Not going to be able to do much with it, but Danny going to use that chance to get on in there and use the red water salt to take them into the corner, send them on through there. Shock State super. Now you got the hard knockdown plus the Shock State inflicted, so a bit of a rough situation for Chocolate Atomico to deal with. Opting to hold the Future arc because they got 6 feet out of it last time. But now fighting their way on out of there, gonna try to beat Driver, spend the stamina to get some breathing room out of the corner. Elcut gonna find its mark. Dust to extend the combo. Yeah, this is gonna be some real good action. Tyrant Barrel sending pops on through. Keep it all in the family. Let's get on in there. Gonna do an overhead with the hard knockdown. Red Wild Assault blocking the overhead. Yeah, this is just great composure here from Danny, as Sin is doing everything possible to try to open him up, but gonna be able to snuff him out with the jump back button. And now Chocolate Atomico is on the board. First time this set. My gosh, yes, just backing on out of there, playing the whiff punish game, and now gonna carry them into the corner, inflict Shock State, and Future Arc gonna catch him out of the sky, send him through again. Shock State super. Very tricky situation, but when you're Sin, you can just DP on out of there. Now we're gonna get again a bit of deja vu from the previous round, so we'll see what's going on out of there, trying to bait the throw. PRC up gonna get their throw of their own. Tap Dust. We'll see if there's a Hero's Burst on the table, or if they're just gonna opt to keep it for the next round. El Maza now threatening set point. Duel 3, here we go here in game 3. Can Danny take it? Already marching them slowly into the corner. Red Wild Assault, Hoof Stomp, trying to get the plus frames. Danny trying to back on out of there. It's actually gonna work out. Now we're returning into neutral. Oh, 6P trying to air stall their momentum, but Danny ready with the 6P, meeting him on the ground, sending him on through there. So now 5K run up. Shock State on the board too as well. Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a trade of the jump back aerial buttons, and Elcut though gonna get go on in there, gonna catch them mashing too. Close Slash gonna get some nice damage on in there. Stop knockdown if they send him through the wall, however. BRC forward. You have the meter to do it. Tap Dust off of the interaction too. Very tough to block on the part of Chocolate Atomico. Can HDP do it or Red Wild Assault do it? It is not, but it is going to enable a hard knockdown situation. Again, running up with the 5K. This time, Chocolate Atomico not able to block it. So Danny there with a 3-0 in winner's quarters. And we will see more of the Kai in winner semifinal. And then we'll actually be meeting Zay, who just posted a strong 3-0 over Lethal for Breeze. So we might be seeing some Kai Eno action in a second. And then we also saw Mike Saftig win 3-2 over Swim. So quarterfinals already shaking out to be a very good set of matches. And the last match of that group of matches is going to be CPU versus All Christie. This is going to be a good one. I'm actually very excited to see this. CPU known for the Faust, and then All Christie. Actually, we saw All Christie pilot a couple of characters in their frame perfect appearances. So will they stick with Asuka? Will we see some of the Bridget? I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm very excited to see that for sure. Hurt Mike saying Danny's work is insane. Net play bracket hitman. Yeah, he is that's a Kai for hire. That is a man on a mission anytime you see them in bracket. We're already seeing some work there. So yeah, we are going to go back to the old room as well. So we're going to head on over there. So chat, how are we feeling about seeing Danny showing off that Kai? How are we feeling? Because I know I enjoyed watching that a lot. It was a bit of a textbook showing of what to do when you're fighting your son. When they think they got one over on the old man. But no. You got a lot to learn there, son. You got a lot to learn. All right, so we're back in here in the frame perfect room. Decorated very nicely, I must say. Got the drum kit up there. I'm sure Daisuke could work, make a pretty good theme on those drums. Speaking of which, I don't know how many of y'all have had the chance to hear ABBA's theme, but that theme is a bop. That theme is a banger. And we're in for a banger of a match. All Christie is going to opt for the Asuka, and CPU going to stick with the Faust. So we are going to see a matchup, honestly, that I don't get to see a lot. You don't necessarily get to see Asuka versus Faust a lot. These are two of the, I don't want to say Faust is definitely underrepresented, but Asuka, we saw some good showing from them from the Arc World Tour finals between Zondo and Kobo. So we've seen this character operate at a really high level. All Chrissy going to try to do much of the same here against CPU. Already finding the good book here. Test case 2 on the board. But yeah, not going to enable Faust to get set up with the hook. Sitting on out of that range. Going to spend some health to proc the mana, but going to get a nice poke there from CPU. Setting up the Scarecrow off of the 100-ton weight. So we're right back to neutral. All right, Trumpet is on the board. Hammer came out as well. Oh, we're going to get in there with the drift of the nice little BRC movement. And the bomb on the floor. All Christie able to jump back, get on out of there. Trying to get the super, but the PRC not gonna enable it to, or not enable anything to happen there. So a bit of mix for corner carry. Trumpet all the way out of there. 2K2D gonna find his mark. Mini Faust on the parade. Yeah, this has just been absolutely insane. But what's not insane, what we all come to expect, that low profile 5P on the, or 2P on the part of Faust. That's gonna take the round for CPU here. Oh, gonna spin the Wild Assault, gonna get on in there with the command grab. Now floating on in there, gonna give you a nice little bit of cut for your troubles, and then you're gonna spend some burst to get on out of there. I understand. Gonna run up there, test case 1 on the board, but gonna get hit right on the dome, that Afro decorated dome, but 6P right to the jaw. Now gonna get going with the guard crush there on Mr. Big Red. Nice combo there, but the 6H not gonna find its mark. Going right back into good territory there. Caught you mashing after the PRC. CPU getting on in there. Blue Wild Assault to keep things going here. Gonna catch you. Hook, line, sinker. And gonna sink your ship as we are floating, cruising to a game 1 victory. CPU already on the board. So interestingly enough, even though Faust is not one known to sort of, you know, impose their will, set the pace of their own, didn't really allow them to get, actually I think All Christie was in test case 1 the entire time, so not really enabling them to get their win condition where, you know, Faust could either use the Blue Wild Assault to guard crush and get their game plan going, or just, you know, sit back, throw some items as well. So very interesting too, because I think the hard thing for Faust is when you have Asuka with those cubes, it can be very hard to get to sit back and throw items. So CPU not necessarily playing much of the item game except when needed to, as we see the mini Faust going to come on out of there as well. Low on mana on the part of All Christie though, so not going to be able to do much with it. Blue burst on out of there. Now you are manaless, sir. So every hit is going to add up, and you are not going to be able to send the spells out, but a 6P is going to get you started. Mana shield back. Going to set up the staff, run up with the throw though, not going to use the staff for any throws, or any spells, excuse me. Tap Dustin out of there, but using the PRC to go into 2K2D, and going to send them through the wall. Not quite enough to secure the round, but going to send them through the wall for a nice little wall break. And again, when you're sitting full screen against Asuka as Faust, you want to try to throw items, but Asuka with the cubes is not going to let you there. All Christie on the board here to start game 2. So jumping on out of the low profile button of Faust. 100-ton weight going to come out. Oh yeah, Alt Christie already switching test cases here early. Might have been doing a little bit of stream peeking, I see. But now, yeah, test case is going to be changed on the board. But what's not going to be changed is CPU trying to impose his will. The bomb out though. He's going to spend YRC to try to keep Alt Christie in the corner, and then just send it right through, poking them through the cubes, send them right back into the corner. Oh, missing the 6P again, sending them saying hole in one right there. Finding its mark. Teleport on up there though. Again, that test case 3, very strong spells. The teleport enabling Asuka to start running the gambit now. Now you're running up on there. 6K into the guard crush. More throwing action. Gonna get some cards here going. Gonna get the auto refill as well, but probably not even gonna need it. Gonna red RC 6H, another 6H, throw the book at him, throw them through the wall, and throw a W into my column. I'm tying up the set here 1 apiece.
Sure is hard. It's far.
So yeah, very good showing there. Good response there from All Christie. All right, Round start 2P though, just giving them the tried and true. Gonna try to jump back there. Blue cube. It's a blue world we all live in. And nice match there with the 5P, the overhead. All Christie not biting on what's been the bane of a lot of people playing against Faust's existence. But you're gonna get yourself a nice little hairdo. You're gonna get procced with it as well. The blue Wild Assault combo extender. Now you're in CPU's territory, but gonna spend Gold Burst to get back on out of there. Yeah, it's very interesting too, because again, Faust is very keen to want to sit back and play that item game, but Asuka doesn't want to let them with the spells. So CPU has just been taking to the offensive, getting in there, using the blue Wild Assault to get some good guard crush frames, and then send them through the wall. But might have caught them with the hand in the cookie jar, but had the meter to back it up, but still fell into the super. And All Christie able to pick it up. Blue Wild Assault to send them through. So a bit of a scrambling situation there, a little unorthodox, but All Christie all the wiser being able to respond. But CPU just opting to go into the super, take the ankles, but not able to take the life bar. But what will is going to be the empty float into the 2K2D, into the mix, but the mix didn't even need to be used to take the round. CPU up here early. Running up on there, but gonna mash out of there with the 2P guard crush, but gonna spend the blue burst to get on out of there. Banana on the board. Yeah, I think CPU has just not had the luck of the draw here with their own item summon, but Asuka, his deck has no pathetic cards right now. Test case 3 already showing the strength. Gonna spend blue Wild Assault on in there. Hard knockdown situation. Gonna teleport, but gonna get smacked right in the jaw. Saying, what are you doing trying to cross me up, sir? I am Faust. I'm a doctor. I'm a little too smart for that now. Come on. And I got a little bit of a cross up of my own. Gonna set up the Scarecrow. Gonna try to bait burst. Wild Assault gonna keep them from being locked out of burst as well. Gonna jump on in there, using the fuzzy overhead on the extended hitbox of the Fro. Now we've got to summon the cards of Exodia. Test case 3. Oh, gonna block the YRC. However, CPU was just ready for All Christie to try to get out of harm's way. But no. You had your appointment booked, and you've got to keep your appointment, and I've got to keep the win column going. 2-1. Now threatening set point here in winners quarters. We're already seeing some really good action between these two. CPU just playing the matchup to a T. But that DP gonna come out of there. Test case 3 already here early. Oh, some nice cards on deck for Asuka right here, but running out of mana to use them. Gonna try to poke at them from full screen on the part of CPU, but not going 6K. Gonna find this mark and prompt CPU to burst. Taking out that big old leg there. Gonna get the trumpet as well. So some mini Faust parade pressure. Gonna carry them into the corner. Set up the Scarecrow. Get the overhead. And then just get the nice little backswing on the back 9. Send them on through for the wall break to take the round here. So CPU is going to be threatening a set point here. Gonna get the donut, however, gonna donate some health to All Christie. Unfortunately, yeah, the luck of the draw has not been on the side of Faust, with CPU not letting that shake them at all. All Christie, however, not gonna let the corner offense shake them as well, as they're sitting pretty. Just gonna give Faust some space and then run up with the 6P to catch him trying to poke him. Overhead, nice block on CPU's part, but again, the 6P, we're gonna get the book out of here, read through some pages. Test case 1 actually gonna be used here, so a couple of card crush options here. Big red gonna find it there, and then the good old green cube's gonna take the round here. Alrighty, so now we are set at All Christie trying to do something before 2-some. Gonna run up here. Now we're going into test case 3. 6H not gonna be blocked this time. We're not gonna be able to keep the combo up, but the imposing corner offense is gonna prompt CPU to spin burst. Gonna get a little bit of a snack here to try to right the ship. And now we're getting some really good options. The RNGesus is coming through now. We've gotten 2 meteors already. CPU saying you gotta switch to better luck. I am just born with it. Are gonna run up there, try to get a low poke on in there. All Christie being very selective in terms of throwing stuff out because he was not sitting on a lot of mana, but now he's got some, spending a bit of card health to do it. Guard crush after the 6H, and then gonna spend the super. Yeah, gonna put CPU in a bad way, but gonna teleport through the cubes. I love using the Scarecrow to get out of that setup. And now you've got your corner offense going. All gonna teleport and then have the cube set up behind him. Just a sandwich, a smorgasbord of pressure from Asuka. And now we're going to game 5. This has been such a good set, a tug of war, a push and pull of these two characters just trying to get something going here, but just gonna run up. The cube is a little bit too high, so CPU gonna crawl underneath them and just throw them out of there. And now All Christie has to sit on the burst, and then using that Scarecrow, the teleport, in order to, you know, dodge all of the pressure that Asuka's trying to set up with those cubes and those spells. The fuzzy overhead gonna get blocked, but unfortunately, when you're trying to get all that blocking going, you're gonna get command grabbed, and now you're gonna get a little bit of a do. In the 80s called, they want their hair back. And march on back there trying to get a little bit of a shimmy going, but All Christie not biting, instead going to use YRC to get out of a hairy situation. And now Test Case 3 going to get going, but the startup of those spells is going to enable a 2P on the part of Faust. But what's been working so well has been those run-up throws, feinting the teleport there. Mini Faust on board, gonna YRC, but unfortunately CPU saw it coming from a mile away. This hole in my bag ain't just for show. I got the peepers, I got the vision, and I see a win in my future here. Tournament point here for CPU. All right, we're feeling each other out in bit and neutral. All Christie not falling prey to that overhead, but you're gonna fall prey to some really good RNG on the part. Got the bomb, got the meteor. The meteor killed the dinosaurs, and it might kill the tournament run for All Christie if CPU is just gonna be able to keep things going here. It has just been so strong. The mix. It's all mids, but it's still a left-right, sir. There's just so much going on there. The Mini Faust is going to jail you after the YRC. Everything coming up roses for Faust. The 2-ton weight and the 2P and the Scarecrow. My gosh, we were talking about the luck of the draw. And then unfortunately, RNG just smiling favorably upon CPU and enabling them to take the set 3-2 over All Christie. Man, what a set. Woo! I'm sweating over here, man. That was something. That was something. Yeah, CPU gonna yeah, CPU saying Faust moment indeed. What a set, man. What a set. That's all I can say is just what a set. Yeah, CPU going to advance into winter semifinals, gonna meet Mike Saftig over there. And then on the other side of winter semifinals, we will have Danny and Zay coming up on stream very shortly. So we will get into that in short order. But y'all, chat, come on now. After a set like that, I know y'all got to be feeling it. I know y'all got to be feeling just the energy, just the hype from such high-level gameplay. That was something, man. That was something. I know even just as a commentator, I'm just like, man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I didn't even know, man. It was just so tight. And that's why I'm excited to see what All Christie does on the other side of the bracket in losers. I think that they will be throwing some strong, there will be a strong competition for everybody else in that bracket. Speaking of the loser side of the bracket, while we've got a break in stream, I want to run you through some of the action here as we switch over to Danny's room. But in loser side remaining, we have Stiggles, as they took 3-1 over Swim in losers round 3. And Febreze is also sitting there pretty with a 3-0 over Itzy Artist. Shanko Tomika and Uzumaki are going to play very soon. And the loser, actually, All Christie is going to be playing Goku on Jermaine in short order. So we will figure out the rest of losers round 3 in just a moment. But on stream, we will have winner semis going strong here. Yeah, that was just that was something, man. That was that set is everything that you gotta love about watching Guilty Gear Strive. If you saw that set and your blood pressure wasn't through the roof, and look, we were just watching, let alone playing that. Could you imagine playing that? I would fold like a cheap dollar store blanket watching or trying to play that match, because I'm just like, man, that is crazy. I think I heard you call. My apologies, CPU. My apologies. I will keep that in mind. Thank you for letting me know. I will keep that in mind going forward. And I'm going to have to know that too, as you are advancing in the bracket. So we will see more of her. We'll see more of her gameplay going forward when we get into the other side of winter semis. But right now, we have Danny versus Zay. So Kai versus Eno going strong here.
Duel 1.
Let's see if Danny can continue the run that they have in these online brackets, or if Eno is just gonna get on started. And we already have a good thing going, setting up this great offense. Red Wild Assault sending him through the wall with hard knockdown, and then the guard crush on the other end of it. Oh, picking up the combo still. This character is so crazy. The guard crush through the wall is gonna get a perfect on the board for Zay. So Zay, knowing that Danny is a strong player, just saying, I still, I'm a strong player myself. But Danny just saying, I think you must not know who I am. I can still take this back myself. All right, let's get it going here. Getting a little bit of neutral going, throwing out the fireballs, trying to stuff the approaches of Eno. Gonna get on in there with the Fuger Arc Tap Dust in the RC combo, potentially setting up a kill. HDP, yes sirree. That's gonna be a point on the board for Danny. Now we're tied up at 1 round apiece. Duel 3, let's rock. And we're gonna let it rock with the lazy jump on in there, and then a lazy jump to try to bait burst, but that's not gonna happen. Now we're putting out the love note. Nice air to air, just meeting them up there with the rising JP. Gonna use Red RC to extend the pressure. Same with using the burst meter to do so as well. The FD gonna push him out of range of the double overhead, and Danny El Maza gonna spin the burst to get on out of there. 50-50 setup, a bit of a hop, skip, and a jump again. Gonna send them through a corner combo and send them through the wall with a Red Wild Assault. So hard knockdown here. One more guess, and a very tricky setup there. Note PRC into stroke the big tree. My gosh, yeah, Zay already showing that the bag runs deep with Mrs. Eno, a witch, a trickster of many crafts, and that's gonna craft a win for game 1. So Danny got thrown for a loop there with a little bit of the trickery that is Eno. But again, don't count Danny after just 1 game.
Duel 1.
But Zay is just gonna make sure that he can't even get anything going. Their round start with the guard crush, and then also gonna be able to get the safe jump to get the bait on the SDP. So now no resources on the defensive end for Danny. But when you don't have resources, the best defense is offense sometimes. And you're just gonna run up, get some nice poke counter hits, and get going. Again, another counter hit, gonna pick it up with the OTG, send them on through their shock state, soft knockdown. Still a precarious situation, but Zay able to get on out of there with Chemical Love RC. Bit of a shimmy there too, but the shimmy is not gonna be enough. The long-ranging sword, the reach of the King of Illyria is gonna grab a win there to start this game too. But Zay does not seem to care, just still imposing their will on offense, keeping Danny in the corner with the empty jump 2K 2D into a wall break. Hard knockdown with the Red Wild Assault. Oh, that's guard crush, but the 6P gonna enable Danny to get out of the corner. Red Wild Assault gonna use the approaching momentum from the Red Wild Assault to go into a throw there. Tap Dust again, just such a hard thing to block when Kai is just in your face. And he's gonna be in your face after this hard knockdown post Red Wild Assault. 5K, not respecting it, but has the meter to back it up, so it is all Gucci. The guard crush as well. 2K gonna find its mark, slowly marching Danny into the corner and prompting a DP and just marching away from it, just saying what, like, just saying, hey man, like, hey, I'm like, you were in no imminent danger, but now you're in imminent danger of going down 2 games early here, because Zay is looking so clean. But as I say that, the SDP able to find its mark, but not going to be able to do anything with it. Mashing on Wake Up is Zay. And now you got no burst for the rest of the game, but no wall break on the part of Zay, and enabling SDP to come out of there as they return to neutral. Oh, can't get the 6P. We've seen Fuger Arc be the bane of every character 6P so far in this bracket. All right, now we're getting on in. They're going to float, and then SDP again finding its mark. Red Wild Assault Very sticky situation. The tap just going to be out of the way of the hitbox being activated, but then just going to PRC up in there for a throw. Danny evening up the set count 1-1. Yeah, man. All right, so yeah, we're already in for another one. We're already in for another one. We are already in for another one. We're in for another good set. Yeah, this is, folks, if this is your first frame perfect, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and get used to seeing more of this high-level action, because that is just in spades with these online weeklies. Again, these happen every Saturday at 7 p.m. Matches like this just happen every week. So thank you, Frame Perfect, for being the host of just such great action with such high frequency. Yeah, the high frequency there from the note, but SDP not gonna, basically saying, I don't like the tune of that noise. Now jumping on in there with the lazy jump aerial. Gonna burst on out of there. Stun Dipper RC, though, gonna low profile through the note and then just run up there with the close slash and take the game. Danny on the board here early. Game 3, trying to go up in the set, already up in the game, in the round count. Gonna spend Wild Assault to pick up the combo. 2K combo extender with the juggle. Send him through the wall with Shock State as well. But gonna poke on out of there is Zay, not respecting the buttons of Danny at all. Not respecting their pressure whatsoever. Oh yeah, a little bit of tricky PRC mobility there to try to get in there. Gonna use Chemical Love to try to get some space control. But Danny just waiting slowly back and forth, waiting their turn. Gonna go in to ride the lightning before Zay can pop a burst and send them through the wall with a hard knockdown. So you got one more guess, one more shot. Gold burst is enabling you to get on out of there, and then you are gonna spend it with stroke into some goodness. SDP, but has some meter to back it up, and then the overhead coming back down. Danny gonna take game 3 to go up 2-1.
Looks like I win this time.
Kai win.
Whoa. Klepto, very much. Thank you very much, Klepto, for saying such kind words. But look, what is commentary when you don't have hype matches to go along with it? And we have had no shortage of that. We've had it in droves, by the bush, by the barrel. So we'll see if Danny wants to put an end to this set up 2-1. Bazay showing already that they are just a formidable opponent in their own right. So let's see if they can get something going here to try to even up the set and then threaten a game 5. So Danny trying to sit back on there, but the stroke the big tree gonna go right underneath the charged fireball. Oh, SDP is gonna get shimmied out of range, and that is going to be a red Wild Assault to send him through the wall. Zay, strong start here. Oh, nice DP. That was fake after the FD, so very good awareness on the part of Danny. BRC, though, gonna allow Zay to get out of that sticky situation, but close slash is going to be what enables Kai to start their pressure, but now we return to neutral. 6P gonna find Ismark, or 5P, excuse me. And then the stroke into the RC. Both of them spending meter to set things back to square one. PRC after the stun dipper. No, just gonna do it without meter. Gonna jump back, and then the ride the lightning gonna pick it up, send them through the wall. Danny, very good, sending them through the wall and threatening set point here in winter semis. Oh, and yes. Gonna prompt the burst on the counter hit from the round start option. So now Zay is gonna have to win a round in order to get any burst gauge back. And it looks like they're gonna do, oh no, never mind. Danny's gonna spend the burst of their own, saying, I'm up a game already, so if you win a game, I'm gonna get my burst back, because this burst meter comes back very quickly now. And they might need it, because that 50-50, oh, but whiffing the throw. Unfortunate on the part of Eno. Tried to go for a little bit of a throw bait, not going there, but got it on the other side. Not a punish, but very scrambly bit of setups here. Whiffing on the throw a couple times. Not able to do anything with it, but gonna find their own throw. 3 time is a charm. Man. Yeah, Danny just running up there with the throws, just doing it over and over again. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But unfortunately, not strong enough to deter the run up throws on the part of Kai. The strike throw game. We talk about strike throw characters in this game like Geo. We think about Biken even. But Kai his strike throw game is almost, you know, it's got to be one of the most imposing ones because he just gets such high reward on winning those interactions now. So Danny taking full advantage of those now, just saying, hey, if you want to sit there and block, I'll just take the throws. I'll chip away at that life bar any way that I can. And that's going to be what enables him to go into winners finals. So Danny, we will see some more from you later in the bracket. But what we're going to see now is CPU on the Faust versus Mike Saftig. So this is going to be some real good stuff. We saw CPU, we saw her with the Faust against All Christie's Asuka in a very, very tight set. Probably one of my favorite sets that I've commentated to this point. It was just very good showing. So we'll see if she's able to do the same against Mike Saftig, who's had a very strong performance to get to winner semis at this point. 3-2 over Swim, 3-0 over Ronan Shin, all of which have been off stream. So this will be the first time that we see Mike Saftig on stream for this edition of Frame Perfect. Going to be very interesting to see. CPU making it into the room with the doctor is in. I love that. I love it. So here we go now. Woo. And while we have a break in the action and we have a chance to breathe, I want to remind you all that you can be the winner of a free Season 3 passkey courtesy of Frame Perfect FGC. Don't even have to compete for it. Well, all you got to do is go to their pinned post in their Frame Perfect FGC social Twitter, as you see at the top right of your screen currently. Engage with the post. They have the instructions outlined for you. Like, RT, follow, do all that jazz, and you can be the recipient of that Season 3 passkey. Like I said, we've got ABBA fresh, hot off the presses right now, and potentially Slayer coming through soon. We've also had Johnny and Elfelt, so it's been a very entertaining Season 3 to say the least. So if you or someone you know haven't been able to pick up that Season 3 DLC, they've got a good way for you to do it. So go ahead, like I said, at Frame Perfect FGC, you see it at the top right. Go ahead and enter yourself into that giveaway. It's as easy as that. So now, what's not going to be easy is going to be determining who is going to make it into winners finals on this side of winners semis. Like I said, CPU on the Faust, and it looks like Mike Saftig is going to be piloting the ABBA. So we will see how that goes. What's fun about these early tournaments and these online weeklies is it gives players the opportunity to test out new characters and also test out counterplay against these new characters as well. So you give these players the opportunity to, you know, put ABBA in a high pressure tournament setting and see what works, what doesn't work. And on the other side, you get an idea of, okay, what are they thinking? What is their game plan? What are their good options against my character, and so on and so forth. Because it's still, again, day 4, very early. So everybody's still working out the kinks with strategy, counter strategy, all that jazz. But it also makes for a good watch as we see what all they try to do to figure it all out. So maybe we'll get some of that. But we've seen these two hop off and on the podium. So maybe we won't see an ABBA. I would like to see the ABBA, but hey, do what you got to do. We are deep in bracket, baby, and you do what you got to do to win. So let's see while we're waiting. I'm going to go and see what's been going on in the losers bracket. Seems like Uzumaki, I think I already mentioned that Uzumaki had won 3-0 over Chancla Tomika. So they are playing Febreze currently, and All Christie is playing Goku. So we'll see how that shakes out. But now let us see how this side of winter semifinals shakes out. CPU on the left with the Faust. Mike Saftig with the ABBA on the right. The pink ABBA as well. Person after my own heart. Yes, I love going for the round start low crush because the popular option of 2 feet of Faust is going to go right on over that. But CPU, she's going to prop the burst here and send them right back on out of there. And now you have no Jealous Rage. That's the problem too, is that once you spend Jealous Rage so early, you didn't necessarily have the chance to build it up that much, and you can send them right back on out of there and then get the item game going. So CPU, she's sitting pretty now, just saying, I'm getting to play my game, you are not getting to play yours, and I'm gonna get the nice little fisherman line on you. Stepping out the trumpet and the bomb. I believe Mike Saftig was able to pick up the mini Faust, but it doesn't matter. Now we're going to get into Jealous Rage. Use that little bit of bar that we have, but now you are going to run on out of it. Going to use the project. Going to use the super, the full screen super to try to get something going here. Fall down with the keys to succeed. Paracelsus not going to be able to do much after that, however. So we're going to try to get something going, but the YRC is going to prevent ABBA from doing much of anything. Mike Saftig, unfortunately, going to whiff the, I believe that was the far slash, and then Val's going to whiff punish with the 2P. So CPU sitting there, very pretty. She is up round 1 here in game 1. Mini Faust already out there, 100-ton weight. Bomb, another bomb, hammer. We're throwing out all of it while ABBA can't seem to get anything going. Jealous Rage is going to have to be spent there to give her any sense of a chance in neutral. But again, you're running out of gauge here early. Now the blue Wild Assault is going to enable Faust to get some offense going. That risk gauge is getting cranked up though, so we'll see what they're going to do with it, or they're just going to sit back, play the item game. Either way, seems to be very preferable here for CPU. Now has him in the corner, going to get the tap dust while the screen pollution from the mini Faust parade is on screen. Now going to catch them backdashing. Mike Saftig going to have to spend the burst, and the Jealous Rage just going to run up on in there again in a fit of Jealous Rage, but not going to be able to send them through the wall. Gold burst though. Going to get counter hit. Key grab. Now Jealous Rage back on the table. ABBA going to be able to get things going here. Yes, I love this. Okay, so those of you who may not be aware, that super enables you to go right back on into Jealous Rage post activation. So they went out of install and then did the super to go back into install, get some additional bar, and then keep Jealous Rage on the knockdown. And that's what's going to be able to have Mike Saftig even up the game count here in game 1. So it's looking pretty dire there for a second, but Mike Saftig being very patient with their resource awareness. But that fuzzy overhead with the risk gauge getting cranked up, gonna enable some huge damage on this corner combo. And now you are out of Jealous Rage. So gonna get out of harm's way with the fuzzy overhead to dodge the mini Faust parade and also get some damage of your own. The mix post. Oh, nice. Yeah, let us go. Let us go. Let's take them ankles. And that's going to be game 1 going to CPU.
Same time, same place.
Next week, same time, same place. No, don't look ahead to next week now, Faust. You still got 2 more games you got to win in the set. And Mike Saftig not necessarily making it easy on the part of, or not making it easy for you with that ABBA, but CPU, she's just been absolutely keen. Been good with the Faust here. Love it. Love it. All right, I think we might be having a little bit of connection problems here. Yeah, I think the room might have bugged out, but I think we're all still in the room, so we will go right back on in there once the players reassume position on the podium. Gamer time, says CPU. I agree. I agree. So we're going to go right back on in there with the Faust versus the ABBA. Yeah, we saw a little bit of the matchup work itself out. We saw it play out before our very eyes. When ABBA cannot get Jealous Rage going, it's very hard for them to impose their will in neutral because they are just so slow moving. They have the very slow run speed and walk speed. So that enables CPU to sit back there and throw out all the items that she wants. Or just run up and get you in a command grab if they so choose. Or 2 command grabs for your troubles. I noticed that your edges were a little bit unclean there. Let me finish that out for you. And let me send you through the wall here. Get things going, trying to hop on out of there, but Faust, the tall man that he is, gonna smack ABBA on out of the air, get the offense going, fuzzy overhead, Faust parade, just a smorgasbord of offenses at work there. Faust gonna go up the first round in game 2, so already so strong. And I loved a little bit of adaptation on the part of CPU. Notice that ABBA was content to go into that low crush option, and so now they're doing round start 5K. Oh, we're gonna get the Jealous Rage going on in there. Blue Wild Assault, but I believe still in stagger state. So post install was able to get the combo, but not enough to send him through the wall. And gonna use that opportunity is CPU to get the reversal super going and take them shins for a ride. Oh, super there gonna whiff, unfortunately, and CPU, she's gonna take to the skies there. Not going to be able to finish out the combo in a way that will kill, but gonna sit there pretty and put the onus on ABBA to try to make something happen. Now gonna pop Jealous Rage with a little bit of resource that they have, and then gonna swing on. Then they're gonna be rewarded for it. Donzai gonna come up in there, gonna pop the RC post. Jealous Rage going out of there, but not gonna be able to extend the combo in a way to kill. That is such a heartbreaker now too. But Jealous Rage gonna come back right in the nick of time, go into install and then run up with the 2K to snuff out the blue Wild Assault. Mike Saftig evening things up. Oh yeah, gonna run up with the 5K. Oh, but unfortunately never mind actually. I was gonna say that ABBA was gonna get something going there, but not able to do anything much with the Jealous Rage activation. Pressure's on, however, though. You have no Jealous Rage, and you're just going to run up with another command grab. Working out in spades and going to get the pickup from the bomb explosion as well. Able to block the fuzzy overhead this time, but still going to be finding yourself in the corner. Blue Wild Assault to impose the will. Fuzzy overhead not going to find this mark. Going to whiff and enable Mike Saftig to get on out of there, running up 5P mashing, 2P mashing, whatever it takes to get this jealous woman away from me. Throw out the item game. Yeah, again, the onus is on ABBA when she does not have Jealous Rage. It's just so hard for her to take up space and get her game plan going. And Faust's gonna sit pretty, throw out them long-ranging pokes and them items to go up 2-0. So yeah, that was unfortunate for Mike Saftig not being able to start up offense post the Jealous Rage going away. But fortunate for CPU as she finds herself up 2-0. And unfortunate for us, the room bugs out again, but again, we are all still in the room. So we will just get right back into the game in a moment. So yeah, a little bit of an Arxis moment here, but you know, what are you gonna do? Nothing too crazy. And it also enables Mike Saftig to switch over to the Soul. So, you know, a blessing in disguise. Saying the day for ABBA maybe not be what I need at the moment here. I know I'm in winners, but let's just see if the Soul can get it cracking. Mr. Soul, bad guy, John Guilty Gear himself. But unfortunately, that means that you're giving Faust a reason to throw out that 2P round start. No low crush option that Soul can use there. But it doesn't seem to be leading to much as they just opt to just block round start. We're still feeling each other out in neutral, sitting at that 6 heavy slash range. And then Faust also sitting at their own range as well. Gonna run up with the far slash red Wild Assault to get things going, trying to bait a throw with the red Wild Assault pressure, and still gonna find a nice counter hit, leading to some huge damage. John Guilty Gear, my name, I am on the box. This is the damage of an icon, and when I'm in icon status, I take the game. Round 1 there, baiting the white RC, and then close slashing right on out of there again. Running up with the just block on the Faust 2P. Mike Saftig showing a little bit of comfort with this matchup, but then gonna get command grab after they sit and block so much. And now we're gonna get a nice little corner combo here. Nothing that's gonna send him through the wall here. So running up there, oh my gosh, the plus frames on plus frames, such a nightmare to deal with. Bandit Bringer gonna get on in there, gonna catch a crawling Faust, but unfortunately gonna get the back throw incident and then gonna whiff DP, but stumbles into the banana. A little bit of a silver lining there, and now you're gonna get a nice little combo there as well. Run up whiffing wild throw. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that setup or if something just went awry there, but I'm always down to learn. But Faust is always down to mash 2P in neutral, and then use the tap dust to swing the hammer right at the ankles of Soul. A little bit of item play, a little bit of expertise from the part of CPU. Oh, backing out of the way of Fafnir. And now the 100-ton weight gonna come on out of there. Nice bit of dash blocking from Mike Saftig though. Gonna put themselves in 6 heavy slash range, but Faust CPU, she is able to get her game plan going. Nice little poke there, sending them right back out to square one. And now being able to set up these items, getting nothing but hammers. Okay, there's a bomb, there's another hammer. We're gonna slide on out of there. Bandit Bringer gonna get FD'd out of range for it to enable that 50-50 mix-up. So gonna be a little bit of a sticky situation. But as I say that, gonna get the nice counter hit, catching a falling Faust. Oh no, but gonna get throw instead of Wild Assault. I believe that's so unfortunate. and CPU, she's gonna get a new lease on life, but unfortunately, we are mashing close slash on your run up, and we are gonna get a W on the board.
Pathetic.
Soul, Guilty Gear getting clipped in the chat. Of course, that combo from round 1, absolutely absurd. Yeah, the high damage, minimizing the interactions that they need to win here. And then Soul Bad Guy getting one on the board for Mike Saftig. I love that. Gonna pop burst early here. Gonna set up the Gunflame. Fafnir on in there. Gonna prompt a burst on CPU, but she is still gonna eat a grip of damage. Oh, even more damage here too. The strike throw game from Mr. Soul Bad Guy sends you on in through with the super hard knockdown. What do we got? Oh my gosh, the 2KD off of the jump in and gonna get caught in the shins. There was a gap in your pressure, sir. I have diagnosed you with some fake offense. All right, 100-ton weight, unfortunately not gonna work out in Faust's favor as they get knocked down, enabling Soul to run up with the 2K in the tap dust. Mike Saftig looking very strong here after dropping those first 2 games with ABBA, saying, I know what works for me, and this Soul Bad Guy is working for me. It's working a 9 to 5, no overtime. The love gonna come out though. Mini Faust is gonna help the neutrals secure, or help secure the neutral for Faust, I should say. Not gonna send him on out there through the wall break. Not opting to go for a wild assault because Faust doesn't necessarily need to have the hard knockdown to be effective. Oh, but unfortunately, gonna have to spend burst after the Bandit Bringer is gonna hop right on over there, but catching the low profile is Faust. Mix, and get some corner carry. CPU gonna bait the RC, but Wild Throw gonna get run up. The Do is gonna be very good. The strike throw offense, but CPU not budging at all. She's saying, I took a grip of damage in that first game against that close slash. I will just take the throw. I'm fine with that. Back on. Oh, got caught trying to back up to get the trumpet. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, this character is goofy. We all know this. So what happened there with the Night Raid Vortex actually clashed with one of the items. I believe that was Mini Faust on the bottom. So even though Night Raid Vortex got the counter hit, they still traded and took damage, and that enabled CPU to take that round. So now CPU on set point here. Oh my gosh, yeah, the 100-ton weight just has not been to the advantage of CPU. Both of them spending CPU to retreat from their options. Getting a little bit scary. Gunflame, though, gonna be how Mike Saftig is gonna try to control space, but that 5P run up and then the Mini Faust Parade at the bottom. Feeling each other out there. Gunflame gonna find this mark. Oh, but Faust gonna dug underneath the Fafnir and use the mix to take them into the corner. Bomb at the feet of Soul Bad Guy. Gonna crash on out of there, but the bomb is actually gonna be the Faust demise. But not total demise though. Red, blue water salt, jump on out of there, why don't you? And then just fall down there and get the DP, get the damage that Soul Bad Guy's good for, and looking so good with the Rock You headband. That afro is a rocking, and we are rocking our way into game 5 here. Whoa. Yeah, this counter pick here from Mike Saftig has been paying off every loan, every payday loan that you could possibly want. The title is in his name still. Gunflame still gonna set things up. Oh, nice little bit of a float safe jump there from CPU to get the safe jump on the SDP, but just gonna rock the SDP again. Bomb coming out of there. Bandit Bringer, RC to back it on up. Bomb at the feet of CPU. Gonna spend RC to try to keep the offense going. 5P Gatling into itself. 2P counter hit trade, and now Soul is gonna get going. Unfortunately, gonna mean a blue burst is gonna be spent for CPU. Dash cancel on out of there with the 3K, but the parade is gonna give Faust a chance to reclaim some territory. We'll jump on in there. Oh man, yeah. Lazy jump on out of there, but CPU gonna meet Mike Saftig in the sky, and the OTG is gonna secure round 1 in game 5. CPU again threatening set point in winter semifinals. We're gonna start with a far/round start from Soul. CPU just opting to back on out of there, not even messing with it. Just play the item game, and gonna be rewarded with some nice meteor action, a hammer and a 100-ton weight. Backing on out of there, not respecting the Scarecrow at all. Just gonna run up with the close slash. Bro game getting started now. Oh, baiting the YRC, but not going to be able to do anything with it. Far Slash just out of the range. Can't be activated, but Tap Dust is going to find its way and send Faust through the wall. Mike Saftig, the soul, is just looking so good here as we enter round 3 here in game 5. Got a couple of hammers here. Blue Wild Assault trying to catch Soul Mash and something, but not going. Instead, Mike Saftig just running up, trying to take all the space. This time, CPU gonna match out of there with a 5P. Gonna run up though, saying, what are you doing trying to throw an item? Bandit Bringer. Far Slash trying to inch their way in there, but CPU gonna spend some PRC meter to get on out of there. But Bandit Bringer is gonna catch you on the dome. Gonna get back thrown for your troubles though, however. CPU is gonna have a good chance of getting something started, but that SDP is not gonna allow it to happen. Red Wild Assault to get some pressure going. DP gonna find its mark, and we are going to have Soul Bad Guy with a strong reverse 3-0. Mike Saftig going to be in winners finals, sending CPU down to losers after being up 2-0. My gosh, yeah, the Soul Bad Guy. Just wow. Look, they put him on the box for a reason. And when you have, like I said, when you're icon status, things just work out for you. Very strong there from Mike Saftig. The Abo wasn't working out, just sticking to what they know best, which is Mr. Bad Guy, Mr. John Guilty Gear. So they will meet Danny in a winners finals here in just a moment. And we will see more of CPU as they go on down to losers semifinals. Actually, no, losers quarterfinals, pardon me. And they will be playing Lethal Febreze, who won 3-1 over Uzumaki in losers round 4. And Stiggles winning with 3-0 over All Christie. So Zay and Stiggles are currently fighting it out in losers quarters. So we'll see how that shakes out. So we're going to move on over to Danny's room in just a second. Yeah, another great set here in the Guilty Gear Frame Perfect Weekly. And look, we've already had some great sets aplenty. Why stop now, y'all? Why stop now? But while we do have a stoppage in the action, want to again remind y'all that there is a giveaway currently going on for Frame Perfect. They're giving away a Season 3 pass key. All you got to do is go to their Twitter at FramePerfectFGC at the top right of your screen currently. And they have a pinned post where you can like RT. They have the instructions lined out. You can like RT and follow the page. And you can enter yourself to get that free Season 3 passkey. Like I said, we saw Abba, very interesting character. If you want to lab against her, because you'll see a lot of her in bracket as we get going into the early stages of the character. Or if you want to be the first to secure Slayer when he drops. Or if you want to get that Heaven's Edge stage, because that is, I'm very hyped that that's back. It is a beautiful stage. Hopefully we get to see some of that in bracket. But if you want some of that you can put in training room, Frame Perfect has the way for you to do it. Like I said, at Frame Perfect FGC, engage with the post as is followed, and get yourself that passkey. So now we will be moving into winners finals, excuse me, between Danny and Mike Saftig. I expect to see a bit of a clash of the Titans in Soul versus Kai, or if Mike Saftig goes back to the ABBA, who knows? But all I know is that we are going to be in for a good match between two very good players. Let me see what's going on in chat while we're getting things going. Yeah, we got the clip on the Soul Bad Guy clip. I can't wait on the Soul Bad Guy combo. I can't wait to see that later because that was absurd. Just when you think you have Soul Bad Guy damage figured out, he just does more. And you're just like, where does it end? Where does it end with this character? Yeah, I think Mike Saftig was very happy to see that play out in their favor. Ooh. Alrighty. Both of these competitors entering the room with their menacing aura kind of reminds me of that Stardust Crusaders panel where it says, "You're approaching me? Well, I can't beat you up if I can't get closer to you." But Mike Saftig actually going to opt into the ABBA again. So we'll see if it works out a little bit. We're already going to set up some fireball gaming here. I think the onus is going to be again on Mike Saftig to try to get something going while Kai is throwing out these fireballs and take their space. Look at that risk gauge cranked up, however, but ABBA fighting their way out of the corner, blocking the top just post red wild assault. But how about another one? You blocked the first one, I gotta test you again, Sonny. And I'm gonna send you through the wall with a healthy, or a rather unhealthy life bar as well. Run up with the 5K, RC to extend it. Is Mike Saftig gonna spend the hero's burst? Or HDP gonna send him through the wall with some pixel health? ABBA with some pretty nice guts. So we're gonna enable Mike Saftig to maybe try to figure something out here. Nice 5HS. Gonna go into Jealous Rage with it. Donzai gonna send him spiraling, and a nice hit grab combo, sending him through the wall. So Mike Saftig not out of it yet. Oh, but this is gonna be tough here. Whiffing the air throw, but the PRC to get out of harm's way. Jealous Rage on the parry from the fireball. I love that, but unfortunately not going to be able to do much with it. Going to get poked out of the sky by Kai's amazing air normals. Danny going up with the first game. And Danny going to spend that first bit of bar. I do love Mike Saftig using the opportunity to parry the fireballs that Danny is sending out to sort of build that Jealous Rage so they are not out of resources indefinitely against this character. But trying to find a way to spend it and get some space against Kai is another thing entirely, as Danny is just going to suffocate them, run up to them, and not get the chance with a 2K into a combo that's going to send them in to the wall. But unfortunately, that super is going to come out. 6P, oh, but baiting the burst is Kai Kisk. And that's going to be how Danny goes up the first game in the set in winners finals. So Danny already showing it. And we're going to go right back onto the room. So I think Mike Saftig just saying, all right, 2 games might have been enough for CPU, but I might need just the one for Soul here against Danny, because that was a very dominant display on the part of the Kai Kisk. It was very interesting. Danny was starting out the set throwing out those fireballs against ABBA, but once he noticed that ABBA was trying to parry, to use the parry on the fireballs to build up that Jealous Rage meter, became a lot more aggressive and not allowing her the chance, even if she did build the bar, not giving her the chance to go into install. So that was heads up play, heads up counter strategy by Danny. But we'll see if there's any counter strategy that he has for Soul. But these two characters are very familiar with each other. Look, these characters, multiple decades of just throwing down. So we'll see a very familiar matchup between these two Arxis Titans. And we're going to get a Fujer arc on in there. Shock State Super to send him through the wall here. Danny already getting their game plan started. Running up with the 5K. And prompting a burst from Mike Saftig. The tap dust, the RC. Can we close out the round with it? Of course we can. I'm Kai Kisk. Don't you know who I am? I'm the king of Illyria, son. Oh, but round start Fafnir saying, do you know who I am? I'm the person who wanted to get plus 11 on block, but if I get a hit, hey, bonus round for me, baby. All right, a bit of a trade on the 2K. Gonna run up with the throw once again, set up the fireball Oki, and then red wild assault on in there. Ride the lightning through the window. Mike Saftig still sitting on a healthy bit of bar, and we're going to use some of that post-Night Raid Vortex. Get on in there. Fafnir going to try to, oh, actually going to PRC on out of there. But still slowly marching Danny into the corner, but Danny trying to poke their way out as possible, playing a little bit of active defense, but can get the burst out right before SDP gets any bit of damage that we saw in that first game. And Mike Saftig actually not opting to spend any bit of burst, no hero burst. Danny not even trying to bait it as well, just going to commit to the combo and going to get rewarded with it with a game 2 victory. So yeah, it doesn't matter. ABBA, Soul, Danny just saying, I'm sitting pretty here. I'm in a good position up 2 games here in winners finals. So looks like Mike Saftig just going to go right back into the Soul. I understand too, because the Soul, you know, has a lot of momentum going into the set. Even though it dropped this game, it looked so strong against CPU in winter semis. So, you know, use what is working at the moment. Night Raid Vortex, however, going to get just blocked, and you're going to get thrown out of it. El Maza, again, running up with the throw. Again, that's just the Kai Kisk special. And maybe trying to catch them. Oh, no, never mind. Another throw. Jump on in there. Using Bandit to try to get some air momentum stall. be a little bit tricky. But Danny was waiting for him on the floor, and unfortunately that means Mike is going to have to spend some bar and also going to have to spend a bit of life bar because he tried to SDP to take his turn back, and Danny was just ready for it all the while. Oh, backing up out of range of the far slash. Get a nice red Wild Assault combo. Fuja Arc empty into throw. I love that from Danny. Tap Dust gonna get blocked. A little bit of a shimmy there post 2K. And then Mike Saftig gonna give Danny a taste of their own medicine with the run-up throw. Unfortunately gonna put themselves back into the corner, enabling Kai to get on in there with the Fuja Arc. Bandit Bringer, and then running up, throwing them once again, whiffing the throw. Get a nice little setup again. These throws are just finding their mark this entire set for both players. But what also finds their mark is just, oh, again, never mind. Another run-up throw. The tried and true. And it's going to work out for Danny as they're going to win 3-0 here in winners finals and get into grands on winner's side. So just, you know, we called it a throwdown at the beginning of the set, and truly it was a throwdown. LOL LMAO. That was a joke. But yes, we had no shortage of throws on either side. Danny just doing it over and over and over again, just saying, hey, if you're content to block, a staple of my game plan is just to sit there and run up at you. And then you also get that sweet, sweet Oki with the charged fireball afterward. So, you know, Danny just content to just take those interactions as they came. So, with that shaking out, Danny will be in winner's side of grand final, so we will see them a little bit later. Mike Saftig will be in losers final, so we will see who he will be waiting on. So, as we go into losers, it looks like Zay has beaten Stiggles 3-0. So they will be in loser semi. And on the other side, we have CPU versus Lethal Febreze going on here. It's been going on for a little bit. So we'll see if CPU with her Faust is going to emerge victorious, or if Lethal Febreze with the Milia is going to meet Zay. But I am excited to see what happens. Chat, there's 22 of you in here. Y'all can't all be lurking. Let me hear y'all. How have y'all been feeling about this bracket so far? Because we have had some great games, some great sets throughout. And I am very lucky to be here to talk you through some of the action here. And I appreciate you guys spending your Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening with us at Frame Perfect FGC. All right, so Zay's gonna get on in here. And it looks like CPU is actually gonna be the one that meets them in loser semis. It looks like they emerged victorious over Febreze. So we are going to see Faust versus Eno here on stream in just a smidge. And let's get it going. So top 4 is secured. We have Danny, Mike Saftig, CPU, and Zay. This is for the top 3 qualifier. Or this is for top 3, excuse me. So we will see who gets on that podium between the Eno and the Faust. And CPU already going to get going. Chemical Love. Again, that's going to be such a good equalizer for Eno in this matchup. If they can sit in that Chemical Love range and force Faust to have to play a little bit more of the crawl game rather than the item game, Eno can get something going here, get some space going in neutral, and then impose their will with the 50-50 mix-up, the true mix, that's true staple of Eno. But again, on the other side, CPU can just crawl on under there and get their offense going, enabling them to get the command grab going. Another command grab going. Boom. Styling, profiling there. Logan to find this mark. Dive on out of there, but Zane gonna get out of there. A YRC though, gonna prevent a mountain being made out of a molehill. Again, Faust being able to crawl underneath that Chemical Love. He said that I was gonna be a great equalizer for Zay to try to get to deter Faust from setting up items. But on the other side, CPU, if she is aware, she can just duck on underneath it and get it going with a counter hit. And we are seeing CPU getting started there, throwing out the bomb, forcing Zay to try to hold down back. And unfortunately, that's going to get you command grabbed and sent you through the wall. Oh, nice overhead by CPU, but unfortunately getting pushed out from the tap dust to do anything with it. But a 2P, the tried and true, gonna find its mark. The bomb confirmed, gonna set up the win here in game 1 for CPU. Faust looking very nice. Crispy Tree in the chat calling the Faust inspirational, exemplary play from CPU indeed. I know Faust players have to be in chat taking notes because she is just showing great matchup knowledge, crawling underneath what Eno wants to go for to try to take the neutral. But as I say that, Zay is going to try to get on in there, but CPU just not letting Eno breathe. This time catching the mashing a button with the close slash on Needy. 5K run up, gonna swat at your face. 2K2D, however, gonna give Eno a little bit of a chance to get going. Stroke the big tree. Cross up with the air movement. Okay, yeah, Zay getting it going here. BRC, oh, but still gonna get tagged by the super and get sent to the wall and send a W into the win column of Boo Boo Keys or Zay. Nice 6P on the poke there. Now using the note to try to take up neutral, so a little bit of adaptation on the part of Zay going on here. Instead of going for the chemical love, using the note to try to reclaim space. The Scarecrow gonna get out of there though. The RC after it to get the mix going. And the absurd corner carry, Mini Faust gonna be on the field. So something for Zay to think about. And unfortunately, while they were caught thinking, they got caught with a button from Faust. Oh, gonna get tagged low. YRC, though, not going to be able to do anything with it. And the tap dust. CPU on the board now. Oh, nice air-to-air JP. We've seen that from Zay a couple of times in their bracket run so far, and it's been rewarding all the same here. The 2K going to find its mark after the 50-50, but the overhead going to get on in there. The mix, going to get something going for CPU. The haircut is being offered, but Eno not buying. But unfortunately, this is not an offer. This is not a request. This is a mandate. And you're going to get tap dusted for your troubles on the run up. And then you're going to have to spend the blue burst to get on out of there. Unfortunately, going to get hit with the damage from the throw and also hit by the aerial of Faust. CPU 2-0. Winner semis looking very strong. She wants to be top 3 very much. I mean, you know, stating the obvious, of course. But you can see CPU with a sense of urgency here. Getting started here, trying to go for a command grab, but gonna unfortunately whiff. And Zay gonna be able to get started here, getting the overhead counter hit. Walk on up there, get the wall slump, but misplacing the setup, enabling the back throw incident to happen for CPU. The 5K meaty. And then just a hook, line, sinker right there. RC, yeah, look at how far they were offline there post that. That is a strong swing there. Catch Faust on Sunday at the range, why don't you? All right, yeah, liking the blue Wild Assault to get the plus frames post overhead. Oh, and then the counter hit on the close slash meaty. And then the super gonna take the ankles. Is it gonna be enough to take the round? We will find out together, chat. And it's gonna be a no. A lot of life given up, but still enough life for Eno to try to make something happen here. But it's gonna be very tough. And unfortunately, the side switch on the Scarecrow into the 2P is gonna take the ankles of Eno, and it's gonna take CPU into top 3 here. Unfortunately, sending Zay and the Eno out at 4th. But still, great showing from Zay throughout the bracket run. CPU, however, just looking so nice. And they are going to advance into top 3. And who is meeting them there? None other than Mike Saftig. A run back of winter semifinals. An amazing set between the two going to game 5. We will see, though, it is losers, different environment. So you don't have you don't have a lot of games to give. You can't just say, well, I have losers run if I need to. Are they going to start out with the Soul? Or are they just going to start with the Abba again? So we will see. But we do know that CPU is going to start with the Faust. I mean, look at the lobby avatar. This character, I mean, like, this is her character. This is her character. Level 6,000 in all. This is her character. We're probably going to see her start out with Faust throughout the entirety of the set. Alrighty. So as we get on into here now, top 3 has shaken out. Danny is sitting in grand finals, looking down upon this losers finals matchup, waiting to see who will approach him. And will it be CPU or will it be Mike Saftig? Chat, do we have any predictions? Because personally, I can't call it. That last set was so close. And maybe CPU had some time to reconsider their approach to the sole bad guy. And maybe they have something different to reach, maybe a different bag to reach into in this rematch. Klepto in the chat saying CPU on fire. I believe in the top 2 at least. True, CPU has had some very strong momentum. She has just been making their way through with this Faust. And look, when we talk of, like, you know, when we talk about character strength, like, you know, we have the top 5, of course. But when you are a specialist with a character, like if you're a specialist with an underrepresented character, pardon me, you can do a lot. You can be a bracket demon for many people, and CPU is showing that in an exemplary fashion. Just, you know, having bomb confirmed, situational awareness, matchup awareness as well, adaptations on the fly. Just saying, if you're gonna do X to my Y, I'll do Z. And that's what has them in the top 3. So we will see if they're able to keep that momentum going here against Mike Saftig. Mike Saftig, of course, if you were not here for the winter semifinals match between the two, started with 2 ABBA games, went down 0-2, and then used the sole bad guy to pull out a reverse 3-0. So there's that working for them as we wait on Mike Saftig to come into the room here. But chat, do you think that they pull out the soul, or do they go with ABBA for the first couple games again? I personally wouldn't mind seeing a bit of the ABBA. I wouldn't personally mind seeing it. But again, this is losers finals here. No mulligan. So do you go with your familiar? I predict probably. I think so. And now Mike Saftig has entered the room. Looks like on the sole bad guy. We'll see if that rings true. Oh, nope. We're going with the ABBA again. All righty. I like it. I like it. Just showing that it's day 4. I don't care. I want to play this new character because I think I can do something with her. So we'll see if it works out a little bit. Here, losers finals, CPU on the Faust on the left, Mike Saftig with the ABBA on the right. Let's get into it. And already, fortune favoring CPU to start it out. The first item being pulled, the Meteors. Love to see that. Mike Saftig got the mash out, but unfortunately, the mini Faust parade is going to deter them from getting any more offense started. But they are hitting down back. They're hitting up back on the fuzzy overhead, and unfortunately, all of them backs can't save you from a command grab. Fuzzy overhead gonna find his mark, however, on the extended hitbox on the afro. Send him on through there, but still another chance with a little bit of life. But got caught trying to do that low crush option. Faust taking to the skies, saying, you can't low crush me if I'm not low. I see that heavy slash on in there. Already going for the jealous rage here to get it started. Not even wasting time getting their win condition going. Gonna get a lot of damage going, but unfortunately now you're getting back thrown with no resources. CPU getting going. And again, that's the tough thing. ABBA, I believe to be a very tricky character among the rest of the cast. So it is still very early. So there's a little bit of risk in trying to play a difficult character such as ABBA. And then you can get punished for things when they don't go your way. But going everything way right now, CPU, the luck of the draw. More meteor action, more bomb action, but not able to be lucky enough to get that command grab to find his mark. Mike Christie still sitting very well on defense, but hasn't had any chance to build up any jealous rage. and might not even get the chance at all. Trying to use the tap dust to send the banana at them, poke the bomb at them. Oh, tricky bit of offense there, using the scarecrow right when the bomb was about to explode. CPU, the Faust, 1-0. Already rolling, and we're gonna get it rolling with the Abo once again. Mike Saftig still keeping it locked here. Maybe thinking about how comfortable they were being 0-2 in that first set between the two, but CPU is just determined just to, you know, maybe not even let it. If it comes to that, you would think that CPU would just try to, you know, give him a stronger look. CPU already going strong though. Mike Saftig trying to pop Jealous Rage. Unfortunately, Faust stopping the approach, but still gonna be able to get it going here. Combo RC into the hit grab and send him on through here. Jealous Rage, healthy bit of it. But Faust taking to the sky, wanting no part of that. But unfortunately, Abba waiting for him on the floor says, "I know you were peeking at my Paracelsus." But why is it Faust saying, "I wasn't looking at nobody. Your business is not my business, but you are gonna have to hold this bit of corner pressure as I YRC on out of there, get a little bit of healthy." Oh, yeah, that tall button, even crouching on the ground, that big old leg gonna reach to the sky and poke Abba on out of there. It was looking very good there for Mike Saftig at first. The CPU able to respawn in kind. 2K2D gonna go into the hit grab. Jealous Rage on the board, and now gonna be able to get some good damage on the board. Counter hit. Siri going off on my Apple Watch here. I think they want to be a part of this action as well. But CPU wanting no part of this action at all. YRCing on out of there. Oh, 2K2D into the hit grab. We saw Mike Saftig not able to get a lot of hit grab action after the 2K2D in the first set, but now doing a lot better job of it here, but unfortunately gonna get sent with the fisherman's hook. The Meteor on the way though, unfortunately tried to use the full screen super to get something going, but the Meteors came right at the right moment for CPU and backing on out of there to get that trumpet. Mini Faust Parade and mix right on in there. The burst option gonna secure game 2 for CPU. And now you gotta wonder, is All Christie gonna go into the soul again? Similar situation to what we saw in winter semis. Will we see much of the same? We're thinking about it a little bit, I believe. No, we're letting it rock with the ABBA. You know what? I respect it immensely from Mike Saftig. I do, but CPU just saying, hey, it's worked so far against the ABBA. Thank you very much. I did not want to see the soul. I'll take the day 4 ABBA over the level 4000 soul any day. Because we've seen CPU actually not drop a single game to the ABBA at all recently. Or at all during this run, I should say. YRC on out of there, not allowing ABBA to get started. A little bit of a note too as well. When you YRC, the Jealous Rage countdown still is active, so it wastes a little bit more time for Mike Saftig. So I wonder if CPU is consciously doing that, or is just literally saying, I want to get the hell out of Dodge. But they're trying to get the hell out of Losers Finals with a win. Up 2-0, threatening set point here. Oh, but that big old heavy slash is going to find its way to the skull of Faust. That paper bag can't shield you from Paracelsus for long. And Paracelsus is taking the form of an ugly stick. Jealousy does ugly things to a person, and is going to do ugly things to your life bar as well. Mike Saftig spending the super, going to send Faust through the wall. All right, command dash on in there. Blue Wild Assault to get things started, and get things started they will. Jealousy Rage going crazy. Blocking the double low, running on up there with the throw. Fuzzy overhead, unfortunately not going to find this mark. Faust probably low profiling, or maybe just a little bit too high on the jump, or the FD pushed him out. Don't know. But what I do know is that a grip of damage is going to be on the way. Are we going to get the super? Yes, we are. The beautiful animation. Arxis was in their bag, and Mike Saftig in their bag, sending the man with the bag on his head into an L on the board. Mike Saftig running it back with the ABBA. Popping off here in game 3. So on the board here, not out of it yet at all. Gonna get poked out of 2K round start, however, though. And now the item game is going. This is what we know Faust for. All right, and the Parade is going to stop the approach of Mike Saftig, who is doing a better job with resource management here, opting to manually get out of install instead. But the item game is still going strong. The bomb is on the ground. We're still setting up hammer after hammer. Meteor in there as well, but Abba actually able to parry it. Blue burst to get on out of there. Gonna catch them running up after popping install. OTG not gonna be enough to kill. Gonna be out of Jealous Rage as well. 5K gonna get hit low though, and that is gonna get hit. Well, actually, I don't even know what the guy hit with, to be frank with you. It looked like just a lot of stuff was going on the screen. So now we're sitting back here playing the item game as well, poking them out of them, trying to install. So now do we float on in there to suffocate, or do we try to go up to him? But the Donzai gonna knock him out of the sky. I'm still gonna take to the sky, throwing out all the items. Couple of afros, but a meteor in there as well, trying to get the fuzzy overhead setup. Not gonna be able to find it. Going for the fuzzy overhead setup again. If it doesn't work the first time, if you don't succeed, try again. Scarecrow to the other side, gonna try to poke on out of there. All crispy, trying to do anything, but again, can't go into Jealous Rage. Does have 50 meter. Are they gonna be able to do anything with it, or is Faust gonna be able to secure it? Gonna get the run up after getting the trumpet, putting something in the back of Mike Saftig's mind, making them hold down back just a little bit too long. And CPU gonna run up with the throw. 3-1, advancing to grand finals, loser side, sending Mike Saftig out at third. But you gotta respect the attempt at the ABBA. A very strong showing there in game 3, but CPU steering the ship to secure the set. Woo! But yeah, great run by Mike Saftig. Yellow Aura with a 4-day character says Indigo, they must be really good. We saw it today. Mike Saftig, extremely strong play. So yes, they might be pretty good, and gonna be rewarded with that good play was a 3rd place showing. But now we have to see who is gonna take it all. CPU is going to make their way over to Danny's room, where he's been waiting and watching to see who will meet him in grand finals. All right, chat. Let's come down to this. We have Danny sitting on the Kai and CPU on the Faust. Who's going to take it? Do we have any predictions in chat? I want to hear them. Bit of a recap of the bracket for these two competitors so far. Danny has just been unrelenting, making a steamroll of a run through the winner's side. Only dropping 1 game, I believe, the entire run, and that was to Zay on the Eno. Meanwhile, CPU dropping it to Mike Saftig, but otherwise has been battle-tested immensely by the likes of Alt Christie, by the likes of Mike Saftig, but still finds her way to grand finals loser side. So we will see Danny winner side on the Kai on the left, CPU loser side on the right with the Faust. Let's get it going. Grand finals here. We're gonna spend burst a little bit early, already getting the hammers out. Kai not letting her do anything though, throwing out the fireballs whenever he can. And already getting the wild assault into ride the lightning, gonna send them all the way corner to corner for a hard knockdown wall break. Run up with the 5K, the Kai favorite post hard knockdown, and a favorite is seeing that Fuja Arc land with a counter hit and that wall stick, sending them through with shock state and a nice poke, nice anti-air. Danny taking round 1 here in game 1. Gonna crawl underneath the fireballs here. CPU starting to get a little bit adjusted to what she wants to do with her game plan. In neutral especially. If he wants to play that fireball game, crawl is gonna be very important here. And it's gonna force Danny El Maza to get up there and do something a little bit more aggressive, but gonna be rewarded with that aggressive mash with the 5P into the RC. And then the wild assault to break through. Hard knockdown once again, a 5K. Ah, yes, but gonna have a deflect shield to get on out of there, get some space. Oh, I like the attempt to challenge the love on the part of Danny. Not going to be rewarded on that interaction, but still going to be able to find the right touch to secure game 1 in grand finals. Danny already looking super comfortable. You can already see the familiarity that he has against Faust by challenging the love in the air, by just trying to run up under it and then meet them in the air with the aerial button. I think that was a Rising JP at the moment, or at that time. So, yeah, Danny already looking like a strong favorite to take this grand finals, but we play first to 5 for a reason. Got to win 2 more, and let's see if CPU is going to make it harder on him. Chat is saying they are voting for CPU. Yeah, we're seeing the Faust being favorited here from the chat. And I think CPU is receiving your love, but unfortunately not going to be able to receive the command grab activation, as Kai is going to be able to jump on out of it. But CPU going to poke him on out of the sky, and the mix to take him into the corner. Little bit of a tricky setup with the Scarecrow, and the super is going to hit. Take the shins, take the wall break. Not going to be enough to kill, however, but it is going to be very nice for CPU. As a hard knockdown's there, and also has the meteor in the back pocket, gonna spend it right there and then go right on up with the tap dust. A lot of things going on there, a lot of orange on the screen, and that tap dust getting shielded by all that visual pollution, making it hard for Danny to block it, and that's going to be how CPU takes round 1 here in game 2. Already a nice back throw, another bit of meteor action here as well, but Danny not holding any of it, gonna opt for the SDP on out of there. But CPU just answering all of the options. But as I say that, Danny gonna get a nice jump in. Corner carry as well. Enough to get the wall stick as well. And on shock state, on soft knockdown as well. CPU gonna try to poke on out of there. 5Ps were being mashed through that Scarecrow setup. Oh, nice well-timed SDP on the part of Danny to get on out of there, but CPU responding in kind. Oh, tried to go for the similar Scarecrow situation, but Kai just saying, I'm not holding that. I don't need to hold that if I don't want to. Returning to neutral now. Playing a little bit more of the poke game. Oh, unfortunately going to get tagged in the air, so there's going to be a wall bounce scenario. Actually not opting for the wall break, gonna march back to get the trumpet, interestingly enough, but still gonna put CPU in the corner with some nice offense. Gonna FD out of the range of it, but still gonna be able to continue their pressure. Get a wall break on the 2K, 2E touch, send them on through there. Believe there's gonna be shock state on the table. So now it's gonna be tough for CPU to try to get some footing here. Fuja arc on in there, deflect shield to block the tap dust, and then run up with the command grab. Float on in there. A little bit of a stall as well. Scarecrow set up again, finding his mark. 2 for 3 so far for CPU. And a super. Is this going to be enough to kill and get CPU on the board? And it looks like it is. If you take a wheelchair to the shin, that will hurt you. But it is not going to hurt CPU chances of winning this grand finals as they go even here, 1 apiece. So game 3 on the way here. Woo! Yeah, we saw CPU able to get things going a little bit more, adapting their strategy a little bit, not necessarily just only going with the crawl under fireball. Once El Maza started showing that he had some counter strategy of his own, then CPU just saying, "All right, you know what? I'll throw a curveball at you. I'll tweak my game plan a little bit. I love to see that. I love to see that." Oh, yeah, round start counter hit. CPU definitely going to love to see that as she is going haywire here to start it off. Going to get air block on the Fruger arc. Unfortunately, going to get counter hit as well. Going to prompt a burst. 5K going to whiff punish the far slash. So CPU playing a little bit more of the mid-range game, it seems. Oh, but SDP, again, not respecting it. Danny just pulling the trigger on the reversal. Going to send them through. Shock state on the soft knockdown. Let's see what else we got going here. CPU not respecting the run-up at all, saying it is still my chance to play the video game. And then SDP trying to get the mix cross-up. Probably get a wild assault, or no, just send him through the wall again. Makai does have the life lead, and it also has a very active 5K that's going to stop the PRC or the BRC drift on the part of CPU, and Danny is going to take the first game, or first round. Keep calling these rounds games, folks. I am very sorry about that. Yeah, we're seeing CPU trying to get that item game established. Trumpet in the back pocket, going for the fuzzy overhead as well, but empty jump that time on the jump back. Danny running up with the close slash, however. Gonna get something started here. Gonna ride the lightning all the way into the corner. And a grip of damage being taken off of CPU's life bar. YRC in a burst to keep them in the corner. Danny just wanting to keep Faust in the gauntlet as much as possible. But it's not gonna happen. Ooh, the back, oh, no, the forward throw actually gonna send Faust into the trumpet, interestingly enough. And Danny had to play around that, and CPU sensing that, she's gonna knock him out of the air and back him into the corner. That was very interesting interaction there. CPU with the heads up play, knowing that Danny had to sort of either respect the parade and lose his turn, or try to jump to take his turn back. And CPU is actually gonna be rewarded with a wall break as well. So the BRC though, is gonna get a slowdown here. YRC on the part of CPU. SDP again, Danny showing no respect. Having to pop a burst though to keep anything going, and then again, no respect. SDP in the face, even though it was your turn. You blocked Fruja Arc, but at what cost? Minus is a state of mind when you're playing Guilty Gear Strive, folks. And Danny is very much in a state of mind as he is on tournament point, up 2-1 over CPU. So can he close it out, or is CPU gonna go for a reset? Stuff was working out for her, but Danny was responding in kind in that game 3. So we will see who is gonna take it here. Early burst here for CPU. Bomb is out, and now throwing out the fireball to force her back into the bomb. Now they're just playing that mid-range game a little bit again, but a little bit more fireballs being thrown out by Almaza at varying angles. And while he catches CPU holding down back, gonna run up with the throw. RC sent him through the wall with a wild assault as well. The 5K on walk up. And then the 2K, or the 2D, excuse me, gonna find his mark. Gonna send a perfect into Danny's column. So a true tournament point now. 6P. Fruja Arc now gonna march CPU into the corner, catching CPU, trying to crawl on out of there. 5K, the pressure is on. Fruja Arc gonna keep it going, still holding down back. Danny gonna try to keep it going, but CPU gonna try to pop burst to get something going at all costs. The mix is gonna enable CPU to send Kai back into the corner. But the, oh wait, whoa, the command grab. Okay, I can't even analyze in real time. CPU just now putting Danny back in a bind, but jumping out of the command grab. Danny gonna RC, gonna run up with the CS post RC after reading the command grab. Danny gonna take it 3-1. That is going to be the tournament, folks. Another online bracket in the win column of Danny and the Kai. Man, yeah, so much was going on. A scramble was happening, but Danny just not even being phased in the slightest of all of it, sticking to his guns, just jumping out of the command grab at all costs, not respecting it at all. Whoa, Danny is in fact a demon, Lieutenant Biscuits, and that is going to wrap it up here. CPU gonna go out with a strong second, so she should not feel bad about her run at all. That was an amazing display. Inspirational to Faust players everywhere. But Danny is just built different with that Kai. When you're on the box of the game, you get to do what you want, and you get to take tournaments. So thank y'all so much for watching the tournament. We are going to go ahead and roll for that free Season 3 pass.
All right.
We're able to engage with stuff. So let's see what we got.
See, starting right now. Let's see who gets it. And it is going to be Non-Y Part. Okay.
On my part, all right. We'll DM on Twitter and get their information and stuff like that. Huge thanks to Zamir for commentating for us tonight. Super hype commentary. stream wouldn't have been as fun without you.
kindly.
Follow him on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter, Zamir Stills. Yeah. And yeah, any closing statements, Klepto?
Oh, just thanks everybody so much for coming out. This was a great tournament. Had a lot of great players, and thank you again, yeah, Zamir, for coming out and doing the commentary like always.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure, and thanks to everybody who participated in any way. If you played, watched, or partook in the sweepstakes, thank you so much.